What's up, everybody? Welcome to March Mascot Madness 2, the second one, and I just realized that I did not fix the settings I need to fix. Hang on one second. This is a professional stream. Nothing has ever been more professional in Twitch history before. Preferences, turn down commentary volume, because all you need is me, you know? You don't need Brad Nessler, and Dickie V, hacks, jamokes. But welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you're having a good Sunday. You were listening to Kesha's new album, High Road, specifically picked because today is, in fact, Kesha's birthday. So happy birthday, Kesha. Let's I got choked up on my own laughter there. Let's watch some mascots play some basketball in your honor. Yeah, let's get this started. If there's anyone in chat who is still filling out a bracket, you have 10 seconds to tell me. Otherwise, we're going to get started here. As you can see, up to the left portion of the screen, just right above this hand right here, you can see the games that are going to be played today, or in this part if you're watching on YouTube. That image is going to remain static. It won't change at all. If I had a better way of making this like a more fluid thing, of like, oh, I can highlight the winner or whatever, but you'll just have to go to the website that's right below me. It'll be updated as the tournament goes on. Mr. Pickles needs to be framed up better. It'll be updated as the tournament is going on, so you can check stats there. Okay, it has been 10 seconds. It is time for March Mascot Madness 2. Washington at Washington State. Gonna tip things off here. Quick settings. All-American, 10 minutes. All that good stuff. We are going to Pullman, Washington. Here we go. Washington is a team that has won. They are 2-2 through both tournaments so far. They've only ever beaten Washington State, and then they always lose in the next round. Washington State, on the other hand, is 0-2. Unfortunately, I have my notebook next to me, but I don't know if I have a pen. Shoot. That's okay. Washington State wins the opening tip. I can kind of keep notes, and I can tell you fun trivia facts. But Washington State looking to get off to a fast start here. Back out to 3. Steps inside for 2, and that's the first shot of the game. This might be like a smidge loud, so let me cut that down. 25.3. That should be fine. Hopefully it's loud enough. Maybe I turned it down a little too much. 3-pointer for the Huskies is up and good. So 3-2, Washington leads. You'll notice that the logo on the court is the Pac-10. No longer the Pac-10, now the Pac-12. Both teams still play in the conference, but there has been some conference shifting between when this game came out and today. It might be a little low. Let's go there. That looks better. I want it to kind of be like you're actually watching a game, and they have a very loud crowd volume in comparison to the broadcasters. Because what makes it more fun is that it's just a silly thing that someone's taking very seriously. So we have a couple of teams. I don't know where I was going with that. For some reason, I thought the Cougars wore 00 as well. They actually wore 12. 00 is actually a pretty popular number for mascots. The volume is good. Did you put that in before I raised it, or I'll just trust you. Volume's good. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here we have Washington and Washington State. They both scored on their opening possession. He stepped out of bounds. I was going to say it before he did it, but he beat me to it. Washington State 0-2 in the tournament so far. Just needs 2 wins to get to 500, but needs to get over the hump of the Washington Huskies, who now take a 5-2 lead. Washington's flirted with success in this tournament, but they usually kind of struggle down the stretch a little bit. Are they wearing number? Oh, they're wearing number 10. Oh, that's weird. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He's got a 5-on-3. Pumped for the 3. Inside. Basket is short. Offensive rebound. It's going to end up in a 3-point play. It's actually going to benefit the Cougars if they miss that shot. Bam, bam. Cougars. Short on the free throw. Okay, so that's something we'll keep an eye on, as the free throw attempts in the first 4 hype stream were miserable, and it seems to be biting the Cougars here early. Granted, 7:27 left. They're only down a point, but it's 1 for 2 for the Huskies and 0 for 1 for the Cougars, so we'll see. I'd love to see Washington State win. I always put them really far in the tournament, and they always break my heart in the first game. Flipped up, no good. Defensive rebound. Huskies trying to push the pace a little bit. Nice defense by the Cougars to block that off. Everybody looked like they were very crowded towards the 3-point line. Then a bunch of people just ran all the way down into the key. But it'll end up as a turnover for the Cougars. Kicking out for 3. Had an opportunity for an open look. Chose not to take it. Instead takes a fadeaway with defenders in his face. I would have rather seen the open 3 than forcing yourself into a tricky shot. But another offensive rebound gives the Cougars a 6-6 tie here. And another turnover is helpful as well. Now, if you aren't from the eastern side of Washington State, and I'll take a drink before I tell the story. You're not from the eastern side of Washington State, and you don't necessarily follow the Cougars, there is a little thing called Couganet, where you snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. We'll see if the Cougars Coug it today, because they've been known to blow some leads. Granted, they're not leading right now, and a 2-point lead is not a blown lead. He's got too close to the baseline again. That's 2 turnovers for the Cougars on opposite ends of the floor. But still, that same idea of just working your way too low, and all of a sudden you step on the floor, or step on the boundary, and turnover goes to the Huskies. Shot was left short. Make it 8, about halfway through. Oh, nice little hesitation there. Held on to it for an extra couple seconds. 10-8. Honestly, this game, NCAA March Madness 2006, nice 3 there for the Huskies to give them a 1-point lead. May just be a slower paced game in general, because this one seems like it's pretty low scoring as well. Didn't quite get past the 3-point line, and there we go. Nope, that's way too far back. You're going to step out of bounds. You didn't. Remember, the feet on the Mascot's hitbox is just the regular player hitbox. So sometimes, it does look weird sometimes. It'll look like it's look like it should be a 2, but it'll really be a 3. It looks like they're out of bounds. Not actually out of bounds. That was a 2 for sure. Oh, they gave him a 3. Okay. It looked like he was way in front of the line, but the Huskies with another 3. Lead out to 2 now, 14-12. You got a wide open guy. Got a screen. You're going to turn the ball over. You got a guy out. Okay. Offensive rebound. He floated back into the middle of the floor there and able to tie it up, and then they just walked out of bounds. Cougars got to be able to take advantage of these mistakes. Of course, the Huskies also need to take advantage of the Cougars' mistakes as well, so. Oh. That's called not taking advantage of a mistake. Just giving it right back to him. Okay, there you go. Got in the passing lane. Got a guy up. A defensive foul. If he had thrown it to the other offensive player coming up on the left side as the free throw goes through, probably would have been an opportunity for an easy two-pointer, easy little layup there. That means, okay, so Washington State now 1 for 3 from the free throw line. The Huskies are at least 1 for 2. I don't believe they've taken any others since. So the Cougars 1 point lead. You got to shoot better on the free throw line, though, if you want to win games in the most important tournament of the year. This one. Streamed live on Twitch. See, we got the guy walking around. Okay, didn't call a backcourt violation, but that's good. You have a wide open guy in the corner. He'll drive up and in. All right. Washington State up with a 3-point lead. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Flirting with success. Not making my bracket a mess in the first half an hour of the stream. This game is pacing really nicely. I noticed that the 4 games... How long did those 4 games take? I don't believe they took that long. That video... Oh, it was a little over 2 hours. Okay. I'm sure there was some extra talking in there somewhere. Like all the streams I do. Here's 6 minutes of talking before anything happens. Huskies got the lead down to 1, back on the offensive side. Got a guy coming up on the right. Nice pass. Good recovery by the defense. Forced a tough shot. A little too strong. Off the right iron. No good. So Washington down 1. They're going to retake the lead. Great position inside. Got blocked. But there was a Husky in position to put it back in. But even like 10-minute halves, the longest the games take is toward the end of the actual game itself if it's close. But everything, there's not a ton of fouls called, which is nice. There's like mistakes and stuff here and there, but the clock doesn't really stop. Okay, now the Huskies are up by 3. It's like a little 6-0 run here by the Huskies, quieting this rowdy Cougar crowd down in Pullman. There's a shot to stop the streak, break the run. Now, do we get a 23-19 game right off the bat here? Huskies make it 3 and we get it. Huskies 2 quick passes inside, another nice block inside out. Running. Nice pass inside, that was blocked. It's going to go up and in. The Cougars with a little 4-point response to themselves. And they'll be up by 1, 21-20. Huskies pushing the pace, getting blocked yet again. Another turnover inside. Oh, boy. Under a minute to go here. I panicked there for a second and was like, did I move the camera? No, this is a totally different scene setup. Nice shot inside. So Washington went on a little 6-0 run. Cougars respond with a 6-0 run of their own. Retake their 3-point lead, 23-20. Under 40 seconds to go. Huskies, I thought they might be able to play for a 2-for-1 opportunity toward the end of the half, but they won't. Instead, the Cougars will have the opportunity to hold for the last shot. It's a long time to ask them to hold on to the ball for the last shot. I doubt they'll do it. Exactly. Okay. Ooh, it was short. And a foul. It's going to go in. It's going to go in. The Cougars dropped it in. Oh, they've been in the lead before at half. And there you go. 2 for 4 from the free throw line, I believe. Huskies really wanting to push the pace. This is a good opportunity to do so, though. 3-pointer. No good. Short. The Cougars will end. Cougars will end the half with a very off-the-mark shot. But they will end the half up 26-22. As we start the second half, the Huskies with the first opportunity for points. Can the Cougars notch their first win in either tournament? We'll see how this second half plays out. It's a good opportunity for a defensive rebound, but the Huskies get an offensive rebound instead. Converted for 2 points, slice the lead in half, 26-24. The Cougars, I don't believe, have taken a 3-point attempt yet. And the Huskies are like 2 for 3, something along those lines. The only reason the Cougars were... They've had a couple of like 3-point plays and they missed a free throw. Shot clock working its way down. 11-10. Huskies need to get something. There's a lot of Cougar defenders over in that area. Double teamed. Kind of locked up. Could have passed out to the guy who was wide open. Went for the steal. Missed. Got up a shot as the shot clock expired. So long possession there for the Huskies. Came away empty-handed and stole the ball away on that end. Okay. That's not a bad defensive foul at all. They'll smack talk a little bit. I don't think it's in the process of a shot. Yeah, that's a good foul for the Cougars to take. They don't have very many or probably any players in foul trouble. Nice block by the Cougars. They're getting a lot of blocks down there, and they're able to turn those into turnovers pretty consistently. The Huskies are going to switch to a full court press here. That Husky fell down. That guy needs to throw it up the floor. There you go. Pretty close. You get 10 seconds. They were at about 8. Nice jam inside. 28-24. Cougars up 4. The Cougars have played really good defense on the interior there. A lot of blocks, giving themselves extra opportunities. Obviously not giving the Huskies points. The Huskies have had good offensive rebounding. Actually, both teams have had good offensive rebounding. Up and in. Cougars up their lead to 6. I believe that's the biggest lead of the game for either team. It's been pretty tight throughout, which is a good way to start the tournament. Huskies slice it in half just like that. They're able to run that play that is so effective in these games. Running a 3-point specialist around, just like the Cougars kind of did. Usually they pop out more towards that logo that was on the left-hand side. Deep 2 is up and good. Lead is 5. And then they're able to sink it from like a 45-degree angle on the basket. We'll see if the Huskies run another one here. Looks like they're not. No. I thought maybe they would. They didn't. Nice steal by the Cougars, putting himself in a great position there to take the ball away. There he goes, running around to the 3-point line. Shot up and good. Dunked, 7-point lead, biggest lead of the game so far. 34-27. Shot is up and good, so 34-29 now. It's a good game to start the tournament with. 3.5 minutes or so gone here in the second half. There they run the 3-point specialist up there, trying to get him a look. The defense covers that a lot better than previous games, and the offense doesn't always run it super cleanly. That was something that was kind of, you could argue it was almost like robotic in the other game, where they were running to the correct spot and they were wide open. It was a very effective play. So long as you had a 3-point specialist. Nice, another jam inside. Lead back up to 7. So the Huskies aren't able to take their extra possession and put anything on the board. Cougars let that guy slide inside and get a nice easy layup there. Trying to get the steal. No such luck. They're 5-on-4 here for the moment. Huskies actually might benefit that he fell down. Shot is up and good. 36-33. Huskies on a little bit of a run here. Cougars need to just kind of settle down a bit. They were doing really well. The Huskies defense has stepped it up over the last minute or two. And the Cougars have a complete unwillingness to shoot a 3. Every time they get it to somebody who possibly could shoot a 3, they're not able to. Huskies going to run it out here. Jam it down, and what was a 7-point lead is now a 1-point lead. Last time the Huskies had a 6-point run, the Cougars were able to respond with a 6-point run of their own. We'll see if they can do that here, or if maybe the Cougars just kind of ran out of gas. Remember, it was 36-29 with about 6.5 to go, I believe. But that'll be up no good, though. Huskies can tie with 1, which they do. They can take the lead with the second one. They do. So the Huskies now on an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes or so. Taking the ball away. Off the side of the backboard, out of bounds, Washington State ball. So the defensive turnover doesn't really do anything. Cougars get the ball back, trying to screen. Working their way up court. Huskies working with a full court press now. Nice inside pass. That's going to get blocked inside by the Huskies. And that'll drop. 10-0 run for the Washington Huskies over the Cougars right now. Now up 3. They were down 7. That was a weird pass. Under 10 on the shot clock. Or, I'm sorry, 10 on the shot clock. Pump faked. Uh-oh. 3 is way short. Defensive rebound to the Huskies. Defensive foul. The Cougars' wheels are just coming off. They can't stop the Huskies. It's now a 12-0 run. 13 if the free throw goes through, which it does. All of a sudden, the Cougars really need to do something. They were okay there for a little bit, where it's like, okay, they need to... God. Yep, I saw it coming. Mother of pearl. 3 for the Huskies, no good. So give the Cougars an opportunity for a little bit of a fast break. The Husky defender pulled himself way out of the way, which has been a little bit of a quirk in this game. The Cougars kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit. Now a 12-2 or a 13-2 run over the last 4 minutes or so. That's a wide open 3. No good. Defensive rebound by the Cougars. 1-on-3 opportunities not looking good. Running inside. Again, they just don't want to take threes. Short on the shot. Short on that. I don't even know what that second part was. He tried to go for a very complicated shot, and he threw it off the bottom of the backboard. Oh, friendly roll. There you go. Cougars down 4 with 2 minutes left. The good thing is they had a 7-point lead, so even a 13-0 run, which is absurd to say, but like a 13-0 run still only puts them down 2 possessions. Granted, the Huskies were only down 3 possessions, so it's not, you know, the game was never out of reach, but it was a comfortable margin and something they could have worked with as the game really drew to a close. And unfortunately, they did give up a run, a big run. The Huskies fading away with 3. Of course, they're going to hit that. That is, man, that's not what you want to see if you're a Cougar fan. Up and in. 5-point game, 1:35 remaining. Clock is running. They should be able to get one more good defensive possession out, the Cougars, before starting to kind of intentionally foul and try and trade 3s for 2s. The problem is the Cougars have not, I don't think they've taken a 3, or they took 1 3. And it was, they only really took the 1 3 because they were running out of time on the shot. But they are wearing 12. Okay, I just can't see. Graphics are really bad. Also, the jersey design is just very terrible. You can't trade 2s for 3s. You can trade 3s for 2s. They should start intentionally fouling here. Down 6, under a minute to go. I guess you could run one more defensive possession. The Cougars did give up some really bad threes there. That's a 5-second violation. The Huskies giving Cougars life here late in the game. Are you serious? God. Washington State. What was that? Off the inbound, off of a 5-second violation, you can't take advantage of it. You threw it to the wrong team? Come on. Oh, man. I'm going to say that they couged it. They couged this fucking hard. You got to go. You're down 8. You have to go. Not for a 2. I knew in my heart of hearts they weren't going to win this fucking game. God dang it. Come on, Washington State. I'll have to look at the video footage, but I believe it was about the 6.5 minute mark or so. The Washington Huskies went on a 25-6 run. 20. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe 25-8. Maybe that's what I'm kind of what I'm thinking of. Rip in peace, my bracket. How far did I put the Cougars? I don't even want to look at it, honestly. Okay, well, there you go. The first game is in the books. The Washington Huskies are advancing. The Cougars remain winless, 0-3 in this tournament. 54-44. Verify the winner is Washington. And we'll submit that score. So we are off to the races here. And just because I'm curious, because I'm sure I put them very far ahead. Now maybe I didn't. Maybe I only put them to like the. Oh, good. I only put them in the Elite 8. Whoo! Real worried that I put them further. Okay. Well, there you go. There is game number 1 in the books. Good game. If they obviously had some wheels fell off there at the end of in the last 6.5 minutes or whatever for the Cougars, but that's just kind of how it goes. Next up we have Michigan State and Texas. Pretty good color matchup. I'm just gonna double check that just to make sure. If I had my pen, I would write under the Washington State game. I would write they couged it. Michigan State and Texas. All right. Winner plays Washington. Here we go. Double check All-American, 10 minutes baseline. Not playing. I'm in the middle. There we go. Have I tried recruiting? No. I should recruit some better Cougars, though. Cougars will have to wait until the next tournament to try and get a win. Cougars look good for about 3/4 of that game and then just completely collapsed towards the end. So here we have Michigan State versus Texas, or the teams my brother used in NCAA football dynasty modes. He used both of them. His kickers always won the Groza, which is the kicking award, or the award for best kicking. Michigan State off to a good start here. Block shot with a made field goal, so a 2-0 lead. Block shot on Texas's end. And he'll throw it behind his back like a cool Longhorn. There's just a mess of players in that key. Holy cannoli. Just a bunch of green and orange. Shot up and no good. So Texas still looking for their first field goal. A little over a minute gone here. First half. We'll see if we get more threes in this game. Friendly roll for the Spartans as they take a 4-0 lead. Another cool behind the back pass. Or no look pass. The Longhorns apparently think that I'm judging based on style who's going to win. Catch and shoot. Couldn't get the friendly home roll. And a slow start for both teams offensively. Texas. Almost 2 minutes gone here. Flipping it back outside. Looking to get on the board here. Oh, still can't get it, but finally a tip-in drops for him, and it's 4-2. We saw that with one of the teams in the first 4 tournament that just couldn't get anything to drop early. A nice jam by the Spartan there. I forget exactly which team it was. I think it was the final. It was New Mexico, I believe, who went a very long time without scoring a field goal, and then finally was like, they got a goaltend, and that was their only points for a while. But that's not what we have here. Instead, we have a 6-point lead for the Michigan State Spartans. Three is up and good, cutting the lead in half. I don't know why he baseball pitched it 10 feet. It's more than 10 feet. That's a 2 if it goes. It does. 10-5. Texas working with a lot of guys up around the perimeter there. Nobody really down low. Provided him an opportunity, but they threw the ball back out for some reason. Looked a little weird. The Spartans now have an opportunity to run for 2 points. It's going to be short, no good. Again, a lot of people out near the 3-point line. Nobody really... There they finally start to move some people in. Throwing it out to the left. Big 3 is short. Michigan State recovers the rebound. And defensive foul. A little bit of a reach in there. Number 23, that's their first personal. They immediately threw it away. So that foul actually ended up benefiting the Texas Longhorns a little bit there in the long run. Extra offensive possession here. They running that guy around to the 3-point line. Good defense by Michigan State to cut that off. They still give another pretty good look to another Texas Longhorn who gets 2 friendly bounces for a 10-8 deficit now. Got a guy right behind him. Probably don't want 2 people in the same spot. Shot is up and no good. 10-8. Texas opportunity to tie. Been down by as many as 6 here in the opening half. Game number 2. 6 more to go after this. Exciting stuff. Ooh, nice jam. Does tie it up at 10-10. You might as well just erase that 1 off both the scores because we're 0-0. That's a very dumb sentence. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. Halfway done here in the first half. Michigan State responds with a jam of their own. Pardon me. And takes a 2-point lead. So Texas has never led. They've tied technically once. They'll have an opportunity to lead here if this free throw is true. 12-12. One is good. So 13-12, Texas leads. Out of bounds, Michigan State will retain possession. Saw a lot of that in the first game, in the Washington State game. Nice jam inside. Michigan State gets the lead back, 14-13. A lot of those steals where the players are kind of diving for it, and a lot of missed opportunities. A couple that went the way of the team trying to steal, as Texas nails a 3 to take a 2-point lead, their largest of the game. Michigan State seems like they've hit a little bit of a lull. Got a guy wide open in the corner, and they just did not pass it to him. And I mean, he was wide open for a while. He set up a tent, threw down a barbecue, cooked up some brats, just hung out. He's like, "Yo, you guys want to come by? I got buns." Both of them are good. Michigan State ties it up 16-all. So I think we are just working with a slower paced game. Maybe it's just that there are like more misses. That was a nice steal by Michigan State, who will have an opportunity to take the lead they do, 18-16. I'm sure I'll hit that point a lot, but it is surprising because it does seem like the halves end with like 30 points apiece, whereas these are ending not with that. I mean, they're not that far off, granted, but like 54-44 seems like kind of a low score. Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. Three is up, no good. Take a look. Yeah, looks like they score. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Trading misses, it looks like, down here. 48-43. Okay. 54. 43-34. Oh, okay, maybe it's not that. Not that big of a difference. My bad. I'll stop harping on it. All right, here we have an 18-18 game in the great state of Texas, Austin, Texas, to be specific. Another attempted steal by the Longhorns doesn't work out as planned, but that steal does work out. Got in the passing lane, gives them an opportunity to run a fast break here. Block inside, recovered by Texas. Stolen away by the Michigan State Spartans. They'll run up the floor. (18-18), under 2 minutes to go here. Blocked by Texas, turned over. Texas had maybe a little bit of opportunity to run a fast break, but they did not throw the ball up. Instead, they'll throw it way back behind the line. Way back behind the line. Stolen away by Michigan State. I thought that was going to get past him. The ball just kind of like evaporated and dropped like a rock into the Spartans' hand. Shot up and over the Texas Longhorn defender. He's good. 20-18 now. Approaching the 1 minute mark. Been a pretty solid defensive game. Lots of blocks, turnovers. Texas has done a good job at working with what Michigan State's been able to give them, or been willing to give them. Kind of claw their way back into the game when it could have gotten out of hand pretty early. They hung around, tied it up at 10, and again tied it at 20. That's a 3. Because again, the hitboxes are a little off. If this game does get, broken out as a best of. Texas swinging it over to the left side. Couple steps inside. Nice layup. 23-22. No 23-19 games so far. Monsters Inc. is a great movie. It's my favorite Pixar movie. I wasn't picking my nose. I was scratching next to it. No go there for the Michigan State Spartans. Good defensive recovery. Stripped it away from the Texas player, and they'll maybe hold for the final shot. maybe? Off the side of the backboard, blocked. Texas will take a full court shot, no good. Michigan State, oh, I guess there was still time on the clock. Okay, did not realize that. No, there were 0.2 of a second. So Michigan State enters halftime ahead by 1. 23-22, 3 from Texas out of the break. No good, but an offensive rebound putback makes it a 24-23 game. Just a couple of good close games, at least through the first half here, to open up the tournament. The hometown Cougars lost the opening game. The team that I always put farther than I know they can achieve. But, you know, there's always that one time. (25-24). Oh, nice steal by Michigan State. Nice inside play. Oh, that's going to be a foul. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's out of bounds. My apologies. I read Texas ball, and I just didn't compute what it was. Out to the outside. A lot of players over in that section of the floor. There you go. Throw it out of traffic. Oh, nothing going there for the Longhorns. Off the side of the backboard. That wasn't even a good foul. That was more than likely going to go out of bounds and be Texas's ball, but instead they got the foul on Michigan State. Oh, that was a very bad miss. So Michigan State will maintain a 2-point lead. Nice 3 from Texas. Could be, if Texas wins, it could be an interesting 3-point battle. Both the schools with state in their name haven't been quite as willing to shoot the 3 as Michigan State proves me wrong. Nice shot there. Don't know why we're getting a replay of it, but 29-27. Michigan State with their 2-point edge back. Texas got just annihilated. Out of bounds. I'm pretty sure the Longhorns touched that. Not even last, but like as the ball was falling out of bounds. Like he was in the orange and he was like, I'm going to touch this. And his coach is like, why? Why would you touch that? That doesn't make any sense, sir. Although I'm sure that the coach wasn't that kind. Probably didn't call him sir. And probably had a few more profanities on there. Why'd you fucking touch that, you fucking idiot? Like that. But Texas knocks down, I believe that was a 3. Michigan State with a wild shot there. And Washington did that same thing. Just walked the ball out of bounds, which is weird. It's like they get on a weird pathing or something like that, where the game thinks, and the Michigan State player did the exact same thing that the Texas player did. That ball was out of bounds, clearly off the other team, or more than likely off the other team, and was half a body out of bounds, and thought, I got this, coach. I got it, coach. I got this for you. But going back to what I was saying, it's like a weird pathing where the AI just goes too far to the left. They usually try to throw it back in bounds at the last second, but that's 2 times now where they just run out of bounds. It's weird. So Michigan State leads 33-32. Back outside to Texas. Up and no good. Michigan State with a rebound. Good defense by the Longhorns prevents any sort of easy layup. Instead, they'll play 5-on-5. Turned over. Texas opportunity. Nice pass there. Give them a better opportunity of making that nice, easy layup. And it's 34-33. Texas with a nice run out there. Nice easy basket. Just like that, a little 4-0 run turns into a 3-point Texas Longhorn lead. Three by Michigan State is up and good, so that'll knot it up at 36. This was about the time Washington decided to go on a huge tear to win their game. We'll see if either of these teams elect to go that route. Out of bounds, Michigan State ball. So they threw it off the back of the backboard. That happens a lot in this game. And then in this series, seems to be a problem. And by in this series, I mean 05, which we used last March, 09, which we used last September, and now this. Like the player just gets too far under the basket, but still thinks that they can make a layup, or the animation just takes a second too long to kick in, or I'm not exactly sure what happens, but then they just throw it off the backboard. It's weird. 38-36, Michigan State leads. They, for some reason, have now decided to switch to a full court press, probably to get extra turnovers like that, which is fine. Just is weird. They haven't really needed to use it all that much. They've been doing really well defensively as they give it away. Nice block. Back over to Michigan State. Wasn't sure if that was a three or not. Went through a bunch of hands though. Finally, Michigan State picks it up and jams it down. 40-36 now. Three for Texas, cuts the lead down to 1, 40-39. 4.5 to go here in the second half. Exciting game we have for you. 1 point lead, Michigan State trying to retaliate with a three of their own. No good. Texas back up the floor. Tried to affect the shot, but still able to get a nice friendly bounce there. 41-40. Michigan State has weathered any sort of Texas storm. Not that they've been up by a terribly large margin. I want to say like 6. I think has been the biggest gap between the teams, and that was Michigan State. That was Michigan State early. I touched on it a little bit earlier, but the game could have gotten out of hand. All of a sudden, you know, if Texas doesn't make a shot when it's like 10-4, all of a sudden it's 14-16-4, and I think that is a much steeper hill to climb, even though, you know, it was still early in the game. But we've seen a lot of those games before in this tournament. Texas misses a shot. They miss 2 shots. They have a third shot. Finally goes down to regain the lead. But we have seen games in this tournament where a team does get out to a really big lead, like a 16-4 lead, and maybe the team that's down by such a large margin makes a run at it, but it never really feels like they're ever in the game. So having this is definitely helpful. Michigan State misses a shot there, but the putback is good. 46-45. Slammed it home. But, you know, thankfully, a couple good games here to start this tournament off. Hook shot by Texas is good. Hook 'em. Or this is hook 'em. But then a bunch of people were doing this, like horns down, and then the Big 12 was like, hey, don't do that. And it's like, shut up. No one cares. Nice jam home for Michigan State, and they'll retake the lead. Kind of a similar situation there. Missed shot leading to a putback slam to give their team a 1-point lead. Under 2.5 to go. Coming down to it. Flipped up. Oh, it didn't really go, but it must have hit like a trigger in the game to be like, yeah, it's not going in. We're good. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Shot is up and shot is good. Texas now working with a little bit of a full court press here. They're really just working with one person, so I guess that's more of a full court defense. Full court press usually has 3 on 2 in the back. Michigan State sinks it 50-49, so we've been trading the lead here for the last minute or so. 2-point jams like that certainly help. 51-50. Texas takes the lead back. Of course, the flip side of, big leads is bigger comeback opportunities. All of a sudden, you're talking about like a 16-4 game. I think they're out of it, and they chip away for a bunch of it. Texas, nothing going. Offensive rebound. With 1:26 remaining, we continue to shift that 1-point lead back and forth. Offensive rebounds have been key. I was going to say monstrously important. Nice block shot there. Even the block shots have been going to the team on the offensive side and able to put it back. So offensive rebounds, good positioning has been very, very helpful for both teams to trade this very small lead back and forth. We'll see if Michigan State takes a timeout. They indeed will. Now down 55-54. Both teams do have 5 timeouts left, which is a lot of timeouts. It's a lot. And I would imagine that they'll take them should they continue to trade this small lead back and forth. Michigan State, ooh, nice run down. Oh, couldn't get it. Oh no, that was probably the best look either team has had in the last 2 minutes, and he wasn't able to put it down. We have 26 on the shot clock. Now Texas took that shot way too quickly. You want to burn that clock down as much as you can. But that's okay. Michigan State still only down 1 possession. They need a 3. They have been willing to take them. Can't have a 5-second violation. Okay, thankfully. Another 5-second violation. Opportunity. Okay. Backed off of them. Another 5-second violation thing pops again. What in the heck is happening? Oh no, Michigan State is going to use all of this clock. The 3 is up. The 3 is good though. The 3 is good. Oh my goodness, what a stupid play that was. He almost had 4 separate 5-second violations. Texas is playing for overtime, and we're going to overtime in game number 2. Texas and Michigan State are giving us 5 bonus minutes of basketball. 57 all here. Michigan State lucky to be here. Texas working with that play again where they just huddle everyone at the 3-point line. 3-pointer for Texas up and good. You do wonder if Texas could have hit a buzzer beater on a play like that. They've been hot from 3, but obviously Michigan State. What's weird is the ball didn't advance for the Texas Longhorns. They ended up having to take a full court length shot instead of trying to set up like a half court play. Michigan State only 1 for 2 on the free throws. Texas with a 2-point lead. Hopefully this is an exciting finish and Texas doesn't just blow them out in the overtime. That's always the worst, is like a team gets really close, and it's like a tense finish. Somebody hits a shot kind of like that right at the end to like give their team a chance, and they just get blown out by like 10 in overtime. You're like, well, that was just kind of delaying the inevitable, wasn't it? Thanks for playing though. Texas, quick in, under 10 on the shot clock here. About a minute gone in the overtime period. Spun around, no good. Offensive rebound, putback is good. The Michigan State Michigan State defender just missed that. Was in the correct position and everything. Down 2 now, cutting that lead in half. 62-60. So 5-3 in the overtime period. Texas is going to run that 3-point play. It's up. It is short. Defensive rebound by Michigan State. They've been good. They've not only been willing to run it, but they've been good at it. Michigan State tries a 3 of their own. No good. Putback is no good. Putback is finally good. And we're all knotted up at 62. They were really going for that. They were going for we want the win. With 3 minutes left in overtime. He's calling game. Game! Not only did you miss it, man, but also there's 3 minutes left. Texas retakes their 2-point lead. Michigan State banging home a 2. That's a deep 2. I would assume that's foot on the line, or they would just step in front of it. A little hard to tell because everything happens so fast. And that's the idea. Like, the idea is you want to throw, catch, and shoot very quickly. Which is why that play is so automatic in some versions of this game, and why it's so important to try and balance that out as best you can. Ooh, off the iron, no good. Michigan State with an opportunity to take the lead. First lead in overtime, maybe? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, they didn't make the shot. Ooh, turnover. There you go, nice jam inside. That's been surprisingly effective. Just kind of like pushing the dude out of the way and just going, fuck you, right on the rim. Passing it around, down to 1:39 remaining here in the overtime period. Almost another turnover. A couple players getting up off the floor. They're going for the ball. Pass over. No good. Michigan State defensive rebound. Michigan State has the lead here in the overtime period. I believe it's their first lead of the overtime period. But that's all that matters. As long as you're leading by the final buzzer, that's all that counts. Michigan State now up 4. Texas will take a timeout with a Master Chief amount of time remaining. Set up something. Down 4. You can take a 2 here. Your defense has been good, and you've actually been great from the 3-point line, and you also have been getting a lot of offensive rebounds. As a 2, deep 2, 68-66. Texas needs to hit a 3-pointer right at the buzzer to give us a 69-68 game. Or Michigan State gets fouled, only makes one of the free throws. Then we go to a second overtime tied at 69. It's not going to happen. That shot was short off the right iron. So we'll go to the line for 2. 68-67. Texas opportunity to tie here with this. This free throw, 50. He missed it. He just missed it off that right side. Pass it back out. Texas doesn't have to foul here, only down 1. That's a 3 for Michigan State, and that is an important 3 points. 4-point lead. What I was trying to say is, as he shot that shot, was the Texas Longhorns don't have to foul in that scenario because there was still time after the shot clock would have gone off. 3 from Texas is no good. The tip-in is good, though. 71-69. Noise. Now defensively foul Michigan State. See if they can... Nope. Okay. I was curious if they can get a turnover on the inbound pass, but nothing doing. Short on the free throw. Texas with 22 seconds remaining. Free throws are something that are going to be fascinating as this tournament continues. Texas, you cooked it. What are you doing? You threw it right to him. First free throw was good. No big deal. 3-pointer, which Texas has been hot at. Ooh, 4 points now. 18.5 to go, another timeout. I can't believe that. I mean, they threw it right to him. 17, you got to push the floor a little bit faster. There you go, there's a 3, short. Defensive rebound. It looks like Michigan State is going to walk out of here with a win. Hard fought, close game throughout. Short on the shot. Michigan State is letting Texas live. I mean, granted, there are only 8 seconds remaining. He's got to go. Put it up. Oh, no good. Texas goes down in overtime. 73-69. Noise. And we are off to game number 3 in Arkansas. So, Michigan State, 73-69. We get our EA Sports is in the game song. Did not get copyright claimed on the other YouTube video, so that's good. It does have lyrics, which throws my brain off. Michigan State 73, Texas 69. Michigan State is our winner. They will take on Washington in the first game of day 5 of this tournament. It's in the game. Meow. EA Sports, it's in the game. I want to jam for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Temple in Arkansas. Temple and Arkansas. Very red game. We're about to get to the red section of this. Temple and Arkansas, and then South Carolina and Louisville. It is the red section. Here we go. All-American. I do think the games are running a little bit faster. We're at an hour. I talked for about 3 minutes beforehand. But that's 2 full games and 1 complete overtime period. Good God, the red. Oh my God, the red. Temple wins the tip. I'm going to get so messed up during this. And I think that's... might be a little quicker usually. I'd have to look at the exact video times, but it does seem like they take closer to 4 hours, maybe a little over 4 hours. We'll see how long this takes as well. I'm just out of curiosity. Temple, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Got there very quickly. 2-0. So I'm hoping, I believe I picked the Owls in this game. Everybody kind of working out of bounds, or out of the way. The game, boy, it's given us a lot to just enjoy. Get a drink, maybe take a walk. We'll be here for a while. Finally up and no good. So very not great possession for the Arkansas Razorbacks there. Big 3 by Temple, no good. Up and good. So Arkansas ties it up. A little over a minute and 20 seconds gone here. 2-2 game. Game number 3. Next up is South Carolina at Louisville. You can see the schedule just above me. This hand. This is the one you want to point out. And if you're curious about the bracket, previous scores, results, so on, you can look right there. Some of us took big hits with Washington State losing earlier. Freaking Cougars. Arkansas jamming it hard, and they're up 4-2. Temple needs a little bit of offense. There are only 2 points coming from free throws. Can't rely on that. Get in and get some points going here. Stepped out of bounds. That is the opposite of points and offense. Dang it. EA Sports. It's in the game. Wins Georgia Tech, though. We will play the Georgia Tech fight song. And by that, I mean the Buck Bumble theme song. Oh, Georgia Tech plays today. Hell yeah, they do. I didn't look at the camera. I looked right at my monitor. Hell yeah, they do. Georgia Tech is the first game after the break. 6-4 here. Arkansas up. Big 3. No good. Oh, look. Temple scored points while I wasn't paying attention. Hang on. I'll look away again so you can score without me seeing. If Georgia Tech... I'm going to lay this out here right now. If Georgia Tech wins... This is a bad idea. Out of bounds. Temple ball. Nice block on the inside by Arkansas. If Georgia Tech wins the whole tournament, I'll play Buck Bumble. I don't know what Buck Bumble is. I know the song's like kind of a meme in some people's channels, particularly DS Koopa's channel. You got to shoot it, buddy. Come on. Temple. He thought about it and he was like, you know what? This isn't worth it. He's like, I'm not going to get it close. EA Sports, it's in the game. Ow. EA Sports, it's in the game. 6-4. A little bit of an offensive struggle here to start. Nice move there. Blocked. Offensive rebound. Or recovery. I don't know what exactly you would call it. 6-5. So far, 67% of Temple's points have come from the charity stripe. Arkansas not taking enough of an advantage of Temple's lack of offense. They have their own offensive problems to worry about. Open three in the corner off the right iron, no good. The camera moves so quickly that as I'm in the middle of my sentence, I'm like, it was off the right iron. Be sure to say that correctly. And then it's like, oh, that was off the left? Ah, shit. They stepped out of bounds. Temple continues to turn the ball over. Get fucking annihilated. Don't run into a Razorback, huh? Pig-looking thing. Hog. He touched it out of bounds. He, like, fell into the ball. Don't worry, coach. I'm not going to touch it. I really don't like Arkansas's freaking logo. Nice shot by Temple. That midcourt logo is just awful. Does he have a sweat towel? What's going on? He's drooling on the floor. Gross. Defensive foul. Arkansas will go to the line, shooting 2. Tied up at 8. First shot good. Second shot no good. Bounced off the right iron. I blinked. Closed my eyes. I visualized it. Right. The right iron. That shot was no good. Nine to 8. Arkansas takes the lead or retakes the lead. Temple was leading. Wow. 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 Nice little flip up there. Temple takes a 10-9 lead. A little over halfway gone here, or halfway through the first half. Quick passes inside. Typically those are effective. That quick, like, 1-2 punch. They hit a 3-point. Oops, sorry to hit that. 3-point right to about the foul line, and then quickly into the offensive player in the key. Bam, bam, bam. There's an extra bam in there for the jam. Bam, jam, wham, flam, ma'am, Pam, Kawam, Wakam. Temple may be perfect on free throws, but they also may have literally half of their points from free throws. I believe they do. They have 6 points just on the floor and 6 points from the stripe. Buddy, I'm not tired. I don't know why. Goaltending. Arkansas, what are you, or Temple, what are you doing? Wow. That song's easy to memorize and get stuck in your head because there's about 4 words to it. 5 words. 6 words. EA, if that's 1. Sports, it's in the game. 6 words. EA Sports, it's in the game. Wow. I guess I want to jam for you today. That's also part of the lyrics. 15-15 here. 17-15. Temple starting to get a little bit of a flow on offense. Arkansas also getting a little bit of a flow. Neither team really separating themselves. They do feel like they're both scoring more consistently. Ooh, could not get the friendly home roll. That was very surprising. That went off both the left and the right iron and then just rolled on the back of the rim. I don't want to go in. That's me on the basketball. Oh, get blocked. They stepped out of bounds. He was able to recover. Just oh, there you go. Friendly little put back is good. Temple, oh, they almost ran it out of bounds. Temple may have the biggest feat so far. Like the most, like, are they out of bounds? Are they, is that a three-pointer? That's a three for sure. They were way behind the line. Didn't matter. They missed. What? Oh, okay. That was a really weird sequence of events. There's so much red like on the screen. And the thing is, it's not going to get any better because no matter who wins this game and no matter who wins the next game, both of those teams are going to be red as well. Though I believe South Carolina's is like a little bit darker. Maybe? I don't know. We'll find out in the next game when South Carolina takes on Louisville. Louisville, a team that has played a lot of games in this tournament. 10 games total. Temple, by the way, looking for their first win of the tournament. So red. Yeah, there's a lot of red. I just randomized. I picked two specific games. It's the opening game of the Apple Basket and the closing game of Ohio State and Stanford. Everything else got randomized. I should have looked at it a little more closely and maybe spread some of the matchups out. Like, keep what the randomizer gave me, but just spread them out a little bit. Because there's a section on day number 3, which will be Saturday, March 7th. There's a section of that where it's like 3 of the fan favorite teams face off against not face off against each other, but play like in back-to-back-to-back games. Could have spread those out a little bit more, just because it seems like Alabama's a popular team with the people that watch this stream. Northwestern's a huge team, hugely popular. Mascot and Ohio, I believe they all play back-to-back-to-back. So. But hey, it is what it is. We get red in this game, we get red in the next game, we get red in the next game that both of those winners play. 28-27. Under 10 to go here. Nice jam for Temple. Nice steal for Temple. This is a terrific end to the half for the Temple Owls. It's a deep 3, and they nailed it. Wow. What a terrific final 5 seconds. A jam and then a steal to a 3-point, and it gives them a 4-point lead. That's a 5-0 run in about 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Good for them. Maybe a little longer. Not quite as cool as Reggie Miller's 9 points in 8 seconds or whatever it was. Incredible. Just incredible thing. Back. There you go. Great defense. Great defense by the Arkansas Razorbacks. That was a 2-on-1, and that looked like it was going to be an easy 2 points for Temple to extend their lead to 6. But that Razorback said, no, I will not give up this basket. Put himself in a good position and affected the shot to the point where Arkansas is able to turn it into a foul, but still only making one of the two. So Arkansas now down 3, 32-29. Opening stages, second half, and Arkansas doing what Temple did to them, stealing it. Offensive rebound in it, putting it back in. And the 4-point lead is down to 1. Excuse me, I said down to 3, like it was impressive. It wasn't. 2 good possessions there. Granted, they missed a free throw that would have tied this game, but Arkansas now with an opportunity to take the lead. Now, that backward violation is not helping there, Arkansas. you want the lead, you have to keep it on the same side of the floor, but that's steal. See if Temple can put themselves in a position to affect the shot. They kind of did. Looked like he accidentally ran into him. Like that guy was like, I got to go defend over here. And just kind of ran for no reason. But still, Arkansas with a little too much power. Shot is up. A couple of bounces off that rim, no good. We're getting a little stagnant here on the offensive end for both teams. Temple has not scored yet this half. And Arkansas, after a hot start, has really gone cold from the field. I thought that he was going to break my sentence, but nope, he didn't. And another team steps out of bounds. I don't know what it is about that baseline, but it apparently is a magnet. Nothing there. Oops. Temple will go to the free throw line. That's their first points of the second half. They're starting the second half like they did the first half. Just getting points from the free throw line. It's 2.5 minutes. Temple's probably going to credit their defense a lot if they can pull off this win. Arkansas is going to be really bummed with themselves that they weren't able to do more on the offensive side while Temple really did struggle on the offensive end. A couple of friendly bounces there. Nothing doing on that free throw attempt. So the lead back up to 4. Temple has 3 points in this half, all of them from the stripe. Arkansas hasn't done a ton from the floor. They got off to a really hot start. Cut a 4-point lead down to a 1-point lead and was not able to capitalize on that. So, see what happens here. 7 minutes to go. Temple's got to come up with something. Looks like we have another. Okay, good. He passed the ball. It's in the game. Ow. Oh, and a 5-second violation. He didn't move. We had a little bit of a Michigan State situation, only they turned the ball over. They gave it right back, though. Temple with their first field goal. 3.5 minutes into the half. Their first field goal. Arkansas cuts that lead right back down to 2. Saying, no thank you. We don't want to be behind by 2 possessions. We want a 1 possession game. Here's our opportunity here. Granted, 6 minutes is a lot of time. Bam, bam. Swinging it around. Nothing going on the offensive end, so Temple still ice cold. No defense there. Easy layup for the Arkansas Razorbacks. And we are knotted up at 37. Tried to get a turnover there. Nothing doing. EA's been a lot better about like fading out the score box when things get near it. Like, don't do that in this game. And it's happened a few times where it's like, I just don't even know. Don't even know where that's going. Arkansas with the steal. Looking for the lead. They'll get it. 39-37. Out of bounds. Temple ball. Means it'll stay on this end. Did I get confused and think that there was something more exciting happening? Absolutely. He threw it right to the Razorback. Right to the Razorback. And now I'm starting to wonder if the Temple Owls are kind of pulling a Washington State Cougars situation where Temple they were looking okay, and they just went cold, and all of a sudden Arkansas is on a little bit of a run here. There he goes, run it to the 3. No. He overran his spot on that one. He was about 3 steps farther back than he probably A should have been or B wanted to be. Another turnover for Arkansas. And Temple is kind of falling apart here. Nice defensively shot, though. Offensive rebound is going to be a block. It finally does get jammed down. It's a 6-point game now. But Temple's offensive ineptitude, maybe they're sinking stone. They have really struggled. I think they've scored 5 points in this half. They were up 32-28. For comparison, Arkansas has scored 15 points. Taken a 4-point deficit and turned it into a 6-point lead. A little bit too good a defense, and Razorbacks will go to the line for 2. They'll sink both of them, and Temple now all of a sudden down 8. 45-37. And this isn't even like a point in the second half. The entire second half has been Temple not doing anything. And that continues short off the right iron. You just can't get the ball in the hoop. The whole point of the game. This honestly may go down. Timeout Temple. Now down 14. This may go down as one of the worst single halves of basketball by a team in tournament history. Granted, there's only 2 tournaments. The only other team that would be comparable would be whoever scored 19 in one of their games. I believe it was Clemson. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was Weber State. Okay, Clemson was involved in the game. Clemson won 51-19. That's the next closest. Sorry for smacking the microphone really hard. That's the next closest team I can think of that struggled to this degree, scoring 19 total points. 47-37. You cannot take a 5-second violation here. You also should not be in this position in the first place. There you go, nice move. Has to back out to the 3-point line. Under 10 to go on the shot clock. They gotta move here. Can't come up with a wasted possession that's that long. Lead down to single digits now, 47-39. Temple getting a little bit farther away from the worst half ever. Oh, defensive foul. You couldn't have that. You needed a defensive rebound right there. Maybe a gift. No. First one's good. Lead. I mean, still, they've only scored 7 points in an entire half. Not good. There you go, nice shot there. Nice little drawn-up play. Kind of working with the Texas style of run everybody to the 3-point line and just kind of hang out for a while. We'll figure it out. 48-41. Obviously, Temple needs some help here. Arkansas needs to be sure to take a lot of time off the clock, not get a 5-second violation. They'd like to move right when that clock hits 1. Under 10 to go on the shot clock. Should square up and shoot. Didn't even bother to get a hand in his face. It still went to an offensive rebound. And I think the game is broken now. Nope. It's not. Game's not broken. Usually what happens is right in that spot, the game just kind of locks up and it just sits there until about 3 seconds left on the shot clock. But thankfully we didn't have to sit through that. It already happened earlier in this game. We don't need another one. So it's a 9-point deficit with about a minute to go here. Temple needs to move. This is a thing that I have not seen, this issue, super far back. Usually it's right there, not beyond the 3-point line. Scored 9 points this half, Temple has. And Temple's going to be bummed that they went so cold in the second half because the Razorbacks didn't necessarily play particularly well. They just hung around enough to get enough of a run going to put Temple in a position where there was no reasonable shot that they were going to be able to come back, and that's what you have here. They almost gave up an offensive rebound because that guy ran too far up the floor. So Temple has 2 timeouts left, a 10-point deficit to work with, and 43.9 seconds to get it done. Arkansas utilizing a full court defense, trying to slow them down at least a little bit. Instead, it'll just be intercepted. And I'm sure that Temple will just say, hey, we're down 10 with under 30 to go. We're not too worried about it. So Arkansas becomes the first home team to win. Let them dribble it out here. By a score of 51-41. Arkansas is our winner. Yeah, kind of a sludge of a second half there. Oh, Temple scored 7 points. 7 points total. Should have looked at the stats of that one. The last time we spend on that, the better. South Carolina is taking on Louisville next. South Carolina and Louisville. Another all-red matchup. All-American. All good. We'll jump right into it. Louisville, like I said a little bit ago, but in case this gets broken out into a separate video, Louisville, I believe, has played the second most games behind LSU. Yeah. LSU's played 12. Louisville has played 10. They have a best finish of 3rd in the previous March Mascot Madness tournament. We'll see how they do this time around. I think they made it. I do think they made it decently far last time as well. They'd have to play. They would have to have played at least 4 games in the next tournament. 10. The Gamecocks are one of the weirder looking mascots, just because of the hitbox, the best example of the hitbox. Just the way the arms like constantly clip in and out of their costumes as he runs back. Don't worry, coach. Louisville down 2 early. Running around a 3-point shooter. It's a deep 3. He's got it, though. Louisville up by 1 now. Oh, God. That's right. Louisville runs a full-court press. Ooh, it works. They got the takeaway. They almost got the ball stolen back. 3 for Louisville is good. Louisville quickly up 6-2 now. The ball gets stolen away, and it's a quick, almost a quick 8-2 lead. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get the ball down. That came returned real quick, too. Nice block by Louisville on the interior. South Carolina does recover the ball. It's a good thing that the Trojans aren't in this. Otherwise, it could be USC versus USC. But they don't play because their mascot sucks. Just some dude. Boring. Stolen away by South Carolina. Shot up, no good. Oh, good God. Louisville with another block. Louisville scores threes or they don't score at all. Not a great formula, but there's a 2 that gets a friendly home bounce. 8-2 now. South Carolina really struggling with this full court press situation. They break it that time. It took them about 9 seconds to get up the floor. Another block on the interior, maybe? It was hard to tell with all the red. The theme that will be happening for the previous game, this game, and then when those two teams meet, either in South Carolina or in Louisville. 2 is up and good, 10-2. Louisville now on a 10-0 run. South Carolina got up to a fast start. And by fast start, I mean they scored their first basket. Louisville forces a turnover, throwing the ball out of bounds. My shot is up and good. So 12-2. Quickly, this game is getting out of hand. Also, if you pick Louisville, could be going far. That's 2 bad turnovers for Louisville, but a good turnover for South Carolina. I'm sorry, 2 bad turnovers for South Carolina, but a good turnover for South Carolina. Correct myself there. 12-4 now. And another turnover for Louisville. We'll give it to South Carolina again. This is a turning point of the game with 5:52 in the first half. Remember, Louisville led by as many as 10. A couple of careless turnovers by Louisville could have potentially put them in trouble, but it looks like they'll be fine. Now up 14-4. Yesterday when I was streaming The Sims, I forgot what day it was. I worried. I was like, am I staying up too late? I have to go to work tomorrow. I was like, I don't know. Is tomorrow? Do I have to work tomorrow? Ooh, that's the front iron, no good. Ugh. What a brain fart. (14-5). See if South Carolina can force another turnover. They can. 2-on-1 opportunity. Nice jam inside. 14-7 now. South Carolina not going away. No reason to throw in the towel so early, but they're going to need... Ooh, they really needed to recover that turnover there to pinch it down to 5. Back up to 9, though. What South Carolina has to do, obviously, is just they just have to chip away. Chip away and no terrible turnovers. They can exchange, oh, there you go, 6-point lead now. They can shift between a 6 and an 8-point, just kind of keep pace. Maybe Louisville misses, they make. Cut it down to 4, exchange that lead for a little while. Louisville, shot was short. There you go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, granted, they traded on that possession, South Carolina, traded 3 for nothing. And they'll a little 5-point run here. What was a 16-7 game is all of a sudden a 16-12 game. Both of these teams have very large feet. Oh, blocked. Recovered by the offense. Shot clock doesn't reset because it didn't hit the rim. Sometimes my brain thinks faster than my mouth can move. And I'm like, I don't know. You can hear it too. There's about 18 words trying to come out at once. Shot deep 3, no good. Tip in is no good. That other That other Gamecock came screaming in, and I think threw off the pathing of the ball. That was really weird. He like came in and slammed it down, which would theoretically be offensive goaltending. Stolen away by Louisville. That's a dangerous spot to get a steal because it can so easily be a backcourt violation. The shot is up and no good. Louisville trying to blow that lead open again, but they can't quite get there. 6-point lead. 3 for South Carolina is good. They've banged it down to a 3-point deficit. Louisville going a little cold, leaving the opportunity for South Carolina to put themselves back in this game. The issue if you're South Carolina is, have you used all of your solid bounces, all your energy into this run? Can you maintain it for the rest of the game? On the other hand, Louisville left the door open. Using a lot of time off this shot clock. Louisville is. They will sink a 2. Get a 5-point lead. Oh, they'll take the ball away. Launch a 3. No good, but a solid spot for the offensive rebound. It was heartily blocked away, but it will stay Louisville ball. Oh, blocked again by Louisville. Great South Carolina. Up and in. Now back down to that 3-point deficit. Or 20-17. South Carolina nails a 3 here. They're all tied up. South Carolina, there's the 3. There's the swish, and we are knotted up at 20. So since Louisville led 14-4, there's been a 16-6 run here. We have a 10-point deficit and taking the ball away yet again. Louisville falling flat during the back end of this half. Not able to do a whole lot. Swings it over to the left side, back over to the right, into the corner. So, a lot of traffic there. Traffic looks bigger than it is, though, because the bodies of the Gamecocks are just so big. Another turnover for South Carolina. They'll run the floor. Nice, easy layup. Got missed, but the putback is good. 24-20. This is a 20-6 run for the University of South Carolina. At one point down 14-4. Now up 24-20 with another block, another turnover. And about 10 seconds to go until half. Short on the shot. Probably could have held for just a little bit longer. They will bait Louisville into taking a half-court shot. That is way off the mark. 0.7 remains. Stolen away at the buzzer. No good. So Louisville, just the wheels came off in the second 5 minutes of that, or however long that run lasted. But we'll keep that number in mind as we start the second half. USC, not the Trojans, the Gamecocks of South Carolina. Now up 26-20. That makes it a 22-6 run. So now Louisville is going to have a lot of work to do. They'll touch the ball out of bounds, and South Carolina will get it. Louisville hasn't had a lot of opportunities to run their full court defense, which was part of the reason that their lead was so big, is South Carolina kept turning the ball over. So they were able to get a few baskets very quickly. Louisville went from being down 2 points, granted only 2 points, but up 4 within like a 10, I don't know, hang on. Let me rephrase that. They went from being down 2 to up 4 in like 15 seconds maybe, like a very, very short amount of time. And because they aren't making shots on their offensive possessions, they aren't able to run what you're seeing right now, which is their full court defense. They're not able to create turnovers, and they aren't able to get those quick, easy baskets. Instead, they're allowing South Carolina to run their offense, and South Carolina has been able to hold defensively to not have that problem. They can get into what they want, and it's to the tune of a 26-8 run. Huge number. See if Louisville can close the gap down a little bit. 28-22. South Carolina's biggest lead, 6. Louisville's biggest lead, 10. 8:22 remaining here in the second half. Louisville will get that to drop. They'll have an opportunity for an and one, or 3-point play. That's what I'm trying to say. It's good. Lead down to 3. Full court press. Working their way up. South Carolina is. South Carolina has not only forced turnovers passing the ball, but they've also forced a 10-second violation in the backcourt also. Shot up and good. Banged it home there. 31-25. Just over 2 minutes gone here. Shot is up and good, so 31-27. Passing the ball back and forth. Lead now 6. Well, good for South Carolina, making a comeback, making a potential blowout into an interesting game. That is always good news. Once it hit like 14-4, I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't have any backup content to play. Switch this over to like a mini screen and just play something else. 35-30. Except for I don't really have the ability to do that. Out of bounds, Louisville ball. South Carolina going for the steal there. Nice inside pass. Blocked by the South Carolina Gamecocks. They'll run it out here. 2-on-1 opportunity. That's an easy bucket. 37-30. Continues to be an impressive showing by Louisville since like the 6-minute mark of the first half or so. I'm not exactly sure when it really kicked off. Another nice steal by Louisville. Their full court defense does what it does. 3 is short. His big feet made it look like it was definitely a 2, but it was a 3. Don't worry, these games are perfect. Defensive foul. South Carolina's going to the free throw line. Was in the motion of shooting, so they will shoot 2. First one, no good. Second one is true, 38-32. Louisville, it seems to be working between 3 and 6 point deficits. Almost a backcourt violation. Got that double team animation. Jammed at home. Up to 8 now. That's their biggest lead. And Louisville could be looking at their earliest exit ever. If we go over to... Out of bounds. Turnover. My goodness. Out of bounds, South Carolina ball. What in the world? Turned away for like 2 seconds at the wrong time, apparently. Louisville. Yeah, Louisville won 3rd place and then lost in the Sweet 16 of the September tournament. So first round exit would be not even, I mean, by a long shot, the earliest they've ever left. Defensive foul. 40-32. He threw it right to him. Jams at home. It's a 10-point lead for the South Carolina Gamecocks. What was a 10-point lead for Louisville at one point is now completely reversed. They have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to get back in here, force a couple turnovers, put themselves back in this game. There's the turnover. There's the easy layup. Just like that, lead down to 6. 42-36. Defense. Block under the basket, out of bounds, South Carolina ball. Blocked again, out of bounds, South Carolina ball. South Carolina still working with that initial shot clock, so they're down to 10 seconds already. Louisville will take care of that, though. They'll take possession and reset the shot clock for themselves. They can make it a one-possession game here. They'll elect to go for 2. Still a 2-possession game. Louisville trying to get the full court press to work. Not really working. 3-pointer for South Carolina. No good. I think it might bounce in. Get a kind roll. Louisville passing inside. Short little jumper is good. Wide open. Good shot selection. And Louisville at this point is on a +8 run. Probably an 8-2 run, I would guess, or maybe a 10-2 run. Oh, and we are all knotted up at 42 apiece. This is a great game. This is a great game. Wild swings back and forth. South Carolina had their huge run. Looked like they were going to take control of it. Louisville had a run here late to make up a, what was at one point a 10-point deficit. They're either on like a 10-2 run or a 10-0 run. South Carolina puts a little stop to the bleeding there. James at home to go back up 2 with 2:46 remaining here in the second half. The fourth game of the first part of March Mascot Madness 2. Shot is up and good. Louisville liking that spot right there the last couple possessions. They'll work with their full court press here to try and force a turnover from Louisville, or South Carolina. Too much red on the floor. They will successfully get the turnover. Nice pass inside is up and good. And Louisville regains the lead. Good God. They regain the lead for the first time since they were up like 18-16 or something like that. Maybe 2018. I don't know. It's been a while. That's the point. It's been well over 10 minutes of game time. That backcourt violation is not helping South Carolina, and they are kind of falling apart at the worst time. They haven't completely come apart. The wheels are still on, but they're wobbly. Now all of a sudden they're down 4 after being up 10 not too long ago for the 16-6 run that South Carolina went on at the end of the first half. Louisville has responded with like a 14-4 run, maybe a 14-2 run. Actually, it might be more than that. Maybe a 16. Yeah, it might be 16-2. 44-48. Not 100% sure what happened there. But Louisville flipping it up and good. Oh, it was out of bounds. Okay. It was one of those weird backboard plays. I was doing math, so I wasn't able to focus. South Carolina looked good. They went out of bounds. Oh my goodness. It's all coming undone at the end of this game. This is a great game. Wow. What looked like it was going to be a blowout one way turned into kind of the opposite in the second half, and then has flipped back to a comfortable enough lead here with a minute to go for the original leader. Wow. Now under a minute to go. We have 10 seconds on that shot clock up there. South Carolina has no reason to foul. They're still pretty far out from the basket. So even 3 like that is not their best shot, but they'll still knock it home, and they'll extend that 6-point lead out to a 9-point lead. We saw something similar with the Cougars in the first game, where they were up, excuse me, they were up 7 and just froze towards the end. Here we go, 53-44. Shots up and good, and they can't trade 2s for 2s. They have to trade 3s for 2s. But even then, they still need 9 possessions of that, and I don't think they're going to be able to get it. So it looks like Louisville looked great. Real confident in them. Tripped and fell, sprained their ankle. Fell apart. Looked like they were going to be their earliest exit yet. 5-second violation. Not that big of a deal. Under 12 to go is fine. South Carolina blocked at the end just for fun. And Louisville will make it back-to-back wins for the home teams here. Wow. What a game. What a game. Oops. What a bizarre game. That was awesome. That was great. 53-46 is our score. Louisville over South Carolina. There we have it. All right, so that is 4 games. It's at this point that I usually like to take a break, so we'll get things all set here. Go ahead and get you caught up on the predictions here. We had 5 predictions, so thank you for doing that, participating. So Just Guesses is currently in the lead with 2. I hope I win. I've never done this before. Is tied in first with 2. The only reason they are in second is because their point potential isn't as high. I am currently in third. I have 0. I'm sorry. I am currently. Oh, don't do that. I should know better. Come on. Come on. I am currently in third with 1 point. I have 0 confidence in this. Is in fourth with 1 point. In the Beebs predictions is currently in last with 0. So 0 for 4 so far. Rough start. But that is okay. Plenty of time to catch up. We have tons of games left. 4 more in this part right after we take a brief break. Get up, get some water, stretch. Yeah. Maybe use the restroom if you have to. I don't know. Follow your heart. Do whatever. We'll be back in probably like 5 minutes or so. So I'll leave you with a little bit of Kesha celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday, Kesha. I don't know why. Whatever. Happy birthday, Kesha. Appreciate the music you make. It's great. And we're going to listen to it, to some of it right now. So stick around. Our next matchup is Georgia Tech in Pittsburgh. Georgia Tech in Pittsburgh. So I'll set that up. G and P. That's the next matchup. We will listen to the Buck Bumble theme before we start this game. Hang out. Enjoy. A couple minutes away. Enjoy a few Kesha songs. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, YouTube. You missed the Buck Bumble song in honor of Georgia Tech. They're not the Yumble. What? They're not the Yellow Jackets. They're the Buck Bumbles. I will stand by my idea. I don't know if I ever even got it out. If Georgia Tech wins, I will sneeze. No, if Georgia Tech wins, I'll play Buck Bumble. Whatever, I don't care. I'm sure I can go find a copy of that. Anyway, we have Georgia Tech at Pittsburgh. Game number 5 here. Double check the settings. We're all good. Okay, just double checking that I'm still recording. Also, shout out to the ability on not Elgato, on OBS to actually be able to do that, to be able to pause the recording. So I don't have to edit together 2 videos. So we have a naked panther versus the Buck Bumbles themselves. This one is yellow versus slightly lighter yellow. Pitt's going to go to the line, and they're going to have an injured player. Looks like he's, I don't know, dealing with a back spasm, maybe. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. They want it to be like this intense moment. They have like camera shakes and everything, and it's this stupid looking mascot with big old cat eyes that look like, they always remind me of Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Man, good stuff. So Pitt up 2-0. That was a hard P. Pitt is up 2-0. That was a slightly less hard P. And they're going to go to the line, or Georgia Tech is going to go to the line as well. If Georgia Tech wins, by the way, we will listen to the awesome Super Mario Sunshine remix version of the Buck Bumble theme song. And that was a disastrous trip down the court for the Georgia Tech Buck Bumbles. They had an opportunity to make 2 shots from the line, missed both, and got their rebound blocked. 3 for Pitt, up no good. 2 blocks, a missed shot. Holy cannoli, this game is a bit of a mess so far. By the way, just in case you're curious, Pittsburgh is looking for their first win in tournament history, and Georgia Tech has only ever made it to the Sweet 16, and that was in the last March Mascot Madness. Okay, their record was 2-2. I thought they said their record was 2-1. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. 3 for Pitt. Knocked it down. Oh no. One of their players is out for the game. I don't know how that affects this game, but I don't think it will. They do sub every once in a while, but it seems like it's pretty rare. Alright, all knotted up at 5 here, about a minute and a half in the game. So every time Buck Bumble plays, we'll listen to the Buck Bumble song. And then, if they win, we'll listen to the remix. So if you watch, you have a potential to watch that 4 times. Actually, no, more than. This is 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. Oh, it's 6 times. We could listen to that 6 times. Isn't that exciting? It's exciting. I actually like the Buck Bumble song. There's somebody in DS Cupid's chat or whatever it is that just hates Buck Bumble. Ilorn, I think, whoever it is. They can't stand it. And I actually like it. I think the Super Mario Sunshine remix is actually like really good. It's one of those things where you're like, oh, this is going to be like just a stupid joke meme song, but then like you listen to it and it's like actually good. You're like, wow, that worked out way better than I thought it would. Let's see. I feel like I need to blow my nose because I freaking sneeze. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to mute my snowball. I need to pause for just a moment because I need to go take care of a bloody nose. So give me just a few minutes. Okay, good news. That didn't take very long to deal with, thankfully. Okay, so we'll reset here. 11-7, Georgia Tech up on Pitt. 6:55 first half. And go. And action. Back into the scene here in Pittsburgh. 3-point shot is up and good. Georgia Tech now only up by 1. The Buck Bumbles. They want to hear their remix, okay? They want me to play Buck Bumble on the Nintendo 64. A game that I don't think I've ever once looked at footage of. I did like a weird thing. I did the weird thing the other day where I was just like watching old video game gameplay. That was a 3 for Pitt. Oh my gosh. 6 quick points for Pitt, and then Buck Bumble steps out of bounds. Georgia Tech turning it over. Another 3. Bang! That is 9 very fast points. And what was a 4-point lead is now a 5-point deficit. I was watching this game called SWAT on the PlayStation 2. And I was like, man, this doesn't look good. And then you can even tell that I think the person was using a PlayStation 2 controller. Because they were really trying to like, man, another nice up and under there. Pitt looking strong all of a sudden. One man gets a bloody nose, and all of a sudden, what, a 10-0 run here? 12-0 run? 12-2 run? Yeah, it was like this game that I had seen at Game World or whatever, and I was like, oh, I'll just look into this. And I watched like the whole thing. Oh, he was using a PlayStation 2 controller. Because I was playing something on PS2 recently, just like in my free time. And man, that does not aim well. Like I was trying to like get this like finesse shot of like, okay, I just need to like aim down sights and like just hit this one specific point, and I just kept bouncing back and forth, and it was driving me insane. And there are a couple times that happens in that video where you're just like, man, first person shooters don't work well on PlayStation 2. Pardon me. Of course, I was using an old, I use a secondary controller. Like I have an OG Xbox controller, but I have like a remake knockoff purple PS2 controller, and then a similar situation with the GameCube. So maybe getting a PlayStation 2, like a Sony brand, alleviates that problem a little bit, but I don't know. Up and, oh, couldn't get the roll around. Looked like it might have dropped, but the camera cut away a little quickly. It is 21-16 though. 21-16, still blocked. Blocked shot. Pittsburgh refusing to relinquish this lead that they've grabbed here late in the, not late, but during the middle of this first half, between whatever, 6:51 or so. They were able to take a 4-point deficit and turn it into a 7-point lead. Looking for more. Blocked though. See if they clear themselves out here for a 3. We have yet to have a 23-19 game. I forgot to get a pen when I was downstairs. Dang it. And it looks like we will not have a 23-19 game. Granted, you know, Georgia Tech could get fouled. But it is a 5-point lead for Pittsburgh here. Working it inside. Oh my God. Just getting rocked. Holy cannoli. Get blocked. Will stay Pittsburgh ball. I wish the refs were mascots too. That'd be great. Back out to 3. They don't get the shot clock reset because the ball never did hit the rim. So working with 14 seconds currently. Working it around the outside. They've been Hot from three. That was a little inside. Maybe he needed to take a step back and try and hit a three. Georgia Tech looked like they were going to run with it a little bit, but then pulled back and reset for a set there. Looks like it'll benefit him with a 23-20 deficit now. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the first half. I feel like it's breezing by here. And a steal by Georgia Tech. And a three-pointer here gets a tie. One-pointer turns it into a, or keeps it a one-score game. Working inside. Oh, that was a wide open three and he didn't take it. Back out. Still no shots. Georgia Tech working this shot clock way down. Almost ended in a steal. Oh, there's a wide lane there. Three is up and good. So with 2:36 remaining at the time the shot was hit. 23 all. Georgia Tech burning 20 seconds off the clock as well. 35-second shot clock in NCAA March Madness 2006. Working it around the outside. 4, 3, 2, 1. Air ball. My goodness. Then a bumblebee got just destroyed over there. A lot of movement all of a sudden. Looks awfully congested. 3 for Georgia Tech is good. 6-0 run here. 2 good-looking threes, and all of a sudden, Georgia Tech up 3. 26-23. Actually, this might be like closer to a 9-0 run. 3 for Pittsburgh is short. Looks like they've lost their touch a little bit. Getting close to the end of the first half here. Went for a big block there. Did affect the shot though, because the arm went up and while it went up and under the ball, the shot went way up and over. Pittsburgh is Panthers. I don't know if I've been clear on that or if I've been confused, but I just want to point out that it's Pittsburgh Panthers. When I think of a panther, I think of a black panther. Much like the Carolina Panthers, you know? Or Sec Panther from Anchorman. You know, either of those. All right, Pittsburgh on a fast break. That was way too easy. The defender was there for like a second and then just pulled way out. I don't know why my stream is so far behind. Looks like it's about a 20-second difference. But Georgia Tech up 29-25. I have lost some frames. I'm sure that is part of it. Jamming it at home. Under 10 to go. Georgia Tech pushing the pace, pushing the floor. Pittsburgh going to take a 3. No good. And that's how the first half will end. Kind of a burned shot there by Georgia Tech. But they'll get the ball back. Doesn't really matter. They're up 2, 29-27 here. Start of the second half. Game number 5 of 8 today. We have a couple more games after this. We have New Mexico and Tennessee, Gonzaga and Ball State, Villanova and Iowa. So some good stuff still to come. 3 up and good. Pittsburgh will get the lead 30-29. And what's been a very good game so far, actually a very good series of games so far. We had an overtime game already. We had South Carolina and Louisville was a very good game. 2 teams that had big leads, like 10-point leads, that kind of evaporated at the worst times. And Louisville was able to escape with a victory. Michigan State and Texas was the overtime game. This game is making me cough because Georgia Tech made another basket, taking a 1-point lead, 31-30. And then we had Washington State fell flat within the last like 6.5 minutes or so. 3-pointer again for Pitt. They are crushing it beyond the arc. They are trading 3s for 2s. So Georgia Tech will look to tie this time around instead of taking their 1-point lead back. They will get neither because they got blocked. And a jam home gives Pitt a 35-31 lead. Anyway, Washington State fell apart in the last 6 minutes or so. And then Temple and Auburn was just a really weird game. Neither offense played particularly well. Temple scored 7 points in the second half. Really just had a flat tire. Boy, the wheels came off of that game in the second half. 7 points. Maybe it was a few more. I can't remember exactly how many they ended up with, but they are in contenders for one of the worst halves of basketball I've ever seen in this game. Man, Georgia Tech is just getting slammed and jammed on here. Pittsburgh up 6 now. Georgia Tech is going to need to make some work happen. Remember, there's a sweet remix of the Buck Bumble song that Georgia Tech is fighting for. They're also fighting for me to play Buck Bumble. But as it stands, I won't have to do either of those things, and Pittsburgh is jamming it home to make sure that I don't. So what was, I believe, a 3-point lead for Georgia Tech. There's a 3 for Georgia Tech. That'll cut that down to 5. It's a big swing, you know. There's a nice block. Couldn't get the loose ball, but that's good defense on the interior. See if Georgia Tech has a Washington performance in them today. This was about the time that Washington really took over the rest of that game. Working with a 5-point deficit here. Swinging it out for a 3. And he's got him. All 3 of those, please. Put them on the board and make us only down by 2. Right back down to a 1-possession game. Deep 3 for Pittsburgh. They'll answer with a 3 of their own. Pittsburgh's looked really good. I'm kind of surprised looking at their stats that they're 0-2. They've been great on the interior. They've been crushing it from 3. So has Georgia Tech. It's been a 3-heavy game. This might be our highest scoring game of the day when it's all said and done. 44-42. Oh, there's Pittsburgh jamming it home to regain their lead up to 4. Well, that looked like a good opportunity for 3 there. There's a deep 3 that's no good. An offensive rebound that's blocked. Pittsburgh throwing it away, though, unfortunately. There's another opportunity. Georgia Tech 44. Georgia Tech 44. Pittsburgh 46. Cut it down to 2 here. Just over 5 minutes remaining. It's been a great game. Another jam. They have Zion Williamson on their team. One guy just shoved it down their throat. You know what I'm going to do this time? I'm going to dunk it. Come stop me. And then the Georgia Tech's like, okay, we'll try. You got it, buddy. And then they come in, they're like, I'm going to throw up a floater. And that guy's like, remember when I jam it down your throat every single time? How about this? I'm just going to swat it out of you. Get out of the way, you know? Swat it out of your hand. Get out of here with that weak garbage. 3, no good. Up and under. 2-pointer still good. So, it is 48-46, under 5 to go. Defensive foul in the act of shooting, so they'll shoot 2 from the line. The free throws haven't actually been as much of a problem as I thought they would be. They affected the Washington State Cougars. They've been inconsistent, though. That's a miss. Obviously, that's a miss from Pitt, but it hasn't been quite as disastrous as it seemed like it would be during the first 4 games, where, by first 4, I mean like the hype stream games that I did, where it seemed like teams were missing like more than half of them. I think it ended up biting Texas in the butt, because that game did end up in overtime when it Probably shouldn't have. And they did end up losing in overtime. But also, like, even if you look at that game and you go, like, maybe the free throws, Michigan State feels like they got very lucky because they ended up standing at the three-point line for like a solid 30 seconds. 3 for Georgia Tech, and all of a sudden, or Pittsburgh, excuse me. All of a sudden, they're back up 8 on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Pass it back out, man. You got an open three-point shot. But Texas did miss a couple free throws down the stretch. Michigan State, though, they knocked a 3 home right at the end. Since overtime. Took over in overtime and advanced on to the round of 32 where they will host Washington. So still an 8-point game here. Basically, it looks like Pittsburgh's plan is we're going to throw it down low. Good luck. And then if that doesn't work, maybe we'll shoot a 3 instead. You know? 56-50. 6-point game. Obviously only a 2-possession game. Nice block by Georgia Tech. That's what you need. Nice pass forward. Easy lay-in. 56-52. It's been a great offensive game. There's been solid defense too. I don't want to, make it sound like the defense isn't doing anything. It's been such a good offensive showing. Lots of threes, lots of nice inside plays like this. A lot of blocks though. Obviously, Georgia Tech able to take a turnover and turn it into a ... 3-point play. 56-55. 2:22. We'll see. Georgia Tech's going to switch up their defense a little bit. Unfortunately, that's the one bad thing about Louisville winning is that we have to watch their full court press yet again. Georgia Tech forced Pittsburgh to run 8 seconds off the shot clock, and it led to a blocked shot. Nice spin move on the inside. Oh, that layup should have been good. Honestly, he should have thrown it. He should have passed it a little bit sooner. Given the other player a better look at the basket. But it is 56-55 here. Now it's 58-55. Georgia Tech can shoot the 3. They're not in the position that a couple of other teams have been where they really don't want to take the 3. They can take and they can make 3s. Instead they'll work with a 2. Nothing wrong with that. Just keep pace. All it takes is one good defensive possession to swing the score in their favor. Okay, I said one good defensive possession, not one more jam in the face. Deep 3 for Georgia Tech, no good. The tip in, no good. He'll jam it home. 60-59. Well, I guess technically the highest score game would be the overtime game. But it does have the caveat of actually being an overtime game. So they had an extra 5 minutes to work with. But it was 57-57 at the end of regulation. That's where we are right now. Towards the end of regulation, under a minute, you got a wide open guy. How did that not... He had a wide open teammate. All he had to do was pass the ball, and that was a Georgia Tech lead. Pittsburgh kind of just working the clock down. There is a 11-second, 12-second difference between shot and game clock. A 5-second violation. Those have been dastardly for teams down late in games. Oh, he's got his 3rd attempt finally goes down. Oh my goodness. I was trying to get the sentence out of, we've seen a couple of 5-second violations towards the end of games where teams haven't or have turned the ball over immediately. There are 2 players down there, 14.6 to go. And that didn't happen this time. I was worried that it would. Georgia Tech takes a timeout with 14.6 remaining. They can hold for the final shot and the win. They can also whip it down court like an idiot. What are you doing? That doesn't make any sense. Why are you throwing it that far down the court? There's nothing good that can come from that. The risk is far too high. Oh, almost. Oh, they have the ball, I believe. I think they called timeout before he slid out of bounds. They did. They threw it way down court again. Okay, there. Long pass, good. Working it inside. 5, 4, 2. At the buzzer, it's good. Oh my God, Georgia Tech lost. All right, well, cool. What was that? That wasn't. All right, cool, great. Fuck. That was bad. That was very bad. So we have a 61. 1-point victory. Pittsburgh is on to the second round. And we don't have to listen to the Buck Bumble remix. We don't get to. Because Georgia Tech failed all of us. That was Pittsburgh's first win. And they are the first team to pick up their first win so far. We will have a lot of opportunities for that. There are a couple of games where two teams that are 0-2 are going to lose, or someone has to win. But New Mexico, team that we saw in the first 4, taking on Tennessee. So we'll get going here with game number 6 of the day. Man, that was not a great finish by Georgia Tech there. They threw it down out of bounds, and then they ended up fouling a bunch. I mean, they were able to create the turnover, which is good because they didn't give up any points, but something that's kind of weird with the logic of this game is the Lobos go inside easily for 2. One of the weird things is the game logic sometimes doesn't make sense, where it's like, why are you shooting a 3 when you only need 1 point? And it's not like you've been ineffective, down in the key. But whatever. That's that game. Pittsburgh's moving on, and they will meet the winner of this game, Tennessee, and New Mexico. Tennessee, the Volunteers. I like their mascot. I used them a lot in NCAA 2001. NCAA football 2001. Not 100% sure why, but I did. New Mexico goes up 4-2 here. About a minute gone in the first half. Fade away for 2 up, no good. Pardon me. I do apologize for all the throat clearing and the coughing. Nice steal by Tennessee. We're going to make it a tied up game. No good. Too much strength off the left rim. Here's New Mexico trying to run that 3-point play that we see so frequently. Nothing doing there. Nice defensive coverage there. That 3-pointer will be up and good. And just like that, New Mexico up by 5. Couple quick passes. Everybody's on the right-hand side of the key there. The right-hand side of the court. 3, no good for Tennessee. New Mexico with the easy rebound as no one else was there. Quick pass inside. Defender's right there, but able to get the ball up and over is the New Mexico Lobo. 9-2, 7-point game. Nice inside pass. Leads to an easy bucket. Only Tennessee's second of the game. A little bit of a slow start for the Tennessee Volunteers. We've seen New Mexico play a couple games in the first 4 hype stream. They have been known to get off to some slow starts as well. They're looking a little bit better this time around. Put that guy on literal skates. His character model froze as he like slid backwards. Funny. 11-6 now. Tennessee fell behind early. They haven't really been able to recover. 13-6. They look like they're shifting between 5-point and 7-point leads. 7-point deficit now. New Mexico up 5. Oh, nothing. Couldn't get the defensive rebound, though. That's unfortunate. It was Tennessee's time to shine, and they couldn't do it. But Tennessee is keeping pace, keeping themselves within striking distance. They just need they need 2 good defensive possessions. Put themselves right back with New Mexico. Not that they're out of it necessarily. 3 for New Mexico is good. That was a nice play. The defender tried to get over there, but wasn't able to. And that's the thing. Talked about it a couple of times throughout this stream, but that's the thing that makes this game and NCAA Basketball 09 a little bit better, is that 3-point play isn't as automatic. Sometimes the offensive player overruns their spot. Usually the defense is pretty good. Makes it not quite so automatic where it was in 2005. And then in 2009, it just didn't seem like it was effective enough. But that's okay. New Mexico now with an 8-point lead. Tennessee, I feel like a team that's done pretty well in the past. They finished best. Their best finish was 4th in September. So they have played well in the past. I believe they got knocked out in the very first round of the first March Mascot Madness tournament, and then obviously you collect 2 losses, if you get 4th. Tennessee also took out my beloved Lumpies of Alabama in a thrilling game that looked like it was a blowout. And then Alabama was able to get themselves back into it. It was a great game. I put it as number 2, maybe a little high looking back on it, but I like games that have big deficits and big comebacks. Personally, that's what I think. That sticks out to me. Like the time that Green Bay beat Dallas in Dallas with a backup quarterback when they were down like 21. Because, fuck the Cowboys. Because they suck. God, I hate Dallas. I hate Dallas so much. The Cowboys. The city, I don't have any opinions on. The people of Dallas, probably nice. The Dallas Cowboys, however, can get yeeted into the sun. And by them, I just mean Jerry Jones. Yeah, he's fucking trash. Anywho, we have a basketball game here. Anyway, but that's like something that I just like. I enjoy a good comeback. People like back and forth games and stuff, but I like some element of an underdog. I'm kind of a sucker for it. I also realize that I'm a pretty big sucker for like a sports movie. Like there's a Ben Affleck basketball movie that's coming out where I'm like, all right, I'll watch this. It actually looks pretty good. I didn't even realize it was a basketball movie until I saw a trailer for it. And now I think every time I've been to the theater for age appropriate, like they didn't play it at Sonic, but I think most of the times I've been to the theater, anything over a PG-13 rating, they've been like, the way back, watch it. It's coming out on March 6th or whatever. And I'm like, okay. A 24-16 game here, tying it back into basketball. But that's like a sports story. That's kind of the sports story that gets me. Like the off the court stuff, off the field stuff. The usage of sports to unite people or help them heal, stuff like that. Anyway, 24-18 here. Tennessee down 6. They haven't gotten completely blown out, and we may have one of the games that we get every so often as Tennessee runs the court. Nice shot there. Easy layup, obviously, but still feels good to make it. 24-20. What I was remarking was that we may have one of those games where while Tennessee never gets blown out, they also are never in a position where they put themselves close enough to have the ability to tie it up and win. Like they make a run to make it like a 2-possession game, but then they fall apart, and then all of a sudden it's an 8-point, 10-point lead. It doesn't look like that's going to happen right here. We'll have to see how the next 2 minutes and 14 seconds go of this first half. They've closed the gap all the way to 2. Was up at 10 at one point. We have had a lot of those games where the lead never shifts too largely. It's always like 8 to 12 points, somewhere in there. Maybe they make a run to make it 6, and then things just kind of come apart. But we'll see what we have here. Tennessee was not able to capitalize and tie the game. Now they're down 4. This is where it gets interesting. Can they just kind of keep pace, score another 2, make it a 1-possession game? Had a guy wide open, or not wide open, but open enough down low. And they'll work down low. Too much power. Offensive rebound. Looked like they were maybe thinking about taking a 3. Nothing. Offensive rebound. Oh, not enough power to get it up over the rim, but still. Opportunity for a couple points here. Put them closer. I'd say it's successful if they go to halftime with a 2-score game. I think that's good. Good for Tennessee. And Lobo was really trying to get somewhere, but didn't. Nice pick by Tennessee, who almost then immediately ran out of bounds. Nice inside. Oh my goodness, he couldn't get it there. The slightly trickier shot was more effective, as in it actually went down. And UNM, New Mexico, is only up 1. Quick pass inside. That's too easy. The clock keeps ticking. Under 35 seconds to go here. Oh, that soft pass, the soft little lob pass was not powerful enough. Picked off by the Lobos. Currently a 1-score game. Defensive foul. In the act of shooting, we'll get 2. 14 fouls. First one's no good. Second one is good. So a 4-point game. Tennessee will make a substitution. Not that it matters. There's just a different dog out there. I don't know. I don't know how much the substitutions mean or matter. 3 for New Mexico is no good. And Tennessee will be down by 4 points, which technically is a 2-possession game. But they get the ball, though. That's good for them. (29-25). Starting half number 2 inside, passing it back out. You got a guy wide open for 3. But hey, that's a nice close shot. Bam, bam. Nice block. Nice defense down low for Tennessee. And they have an opportunity to tie on this possession up the floor. Not if New Mexico has anything to say about it. They almost stripped the ball away. You threw that guy a little faster. Maybe he pops a wide open 3. Instead, you held it and allowed the defense to get there. That was a dangerous pass across the court through about 6 arms. Most of them, all of them, were New Mexico players. Under 10 seconds to go with the shot clock here. Tennessee running a lot of time down. They're going to end up probably having to take a weird three in the corner. They didn't even get the shot off. That is terrible offense. Just no awareness of what was going on. Nice defensive recovery. It looked like that was going to be an easy layup, and it was not even close. Up and over. Tennessee, just like that, has the game tied at 29. New Mexico has had a couple slow starts before. You hate to see it in the second half, which was something that Temple really struggled with, where they didn't have a field goal for 3 or 4 minutes. And really allowed Arkansas to get back in and take control of that game. But as it stands, we have a tie game here. New Mexico working the shot clock down low, getting dangerously close to that baseline, which we've seen a lot of teams step on and turn the ball over. Just as a reminder, the bodies of the mascots are just like draped over the regular character hitboxes. So sometimes, especially with these two, these are really great examples of big feet characters where it'll look like they're on the line, or it'll look like they're like on the line out of bounds or on the 3-point line, and it should only count for 2. It doesn't, because their feet are so big. So it's one of the quirks, one of the fun quirks of this. Running around that 3-point line, they see the offensive player came way too far off the 3-point line to make that an effective shot. There was a defender trailing, but there was probably enough space to have a pretty good open look at a shot. That's what I mean. Usually in NCAA 2005, the defensive foul sent Tennessee to the line for 2. Usually in 2005, they almost always ran to the exact same spot. It was a very easy open look. Also, this game's camera angle is way better. Though I'm sure I could have fixed it in the other one, I just didn't. The other one, I used their sideline camera. Weird. Tennessee taking the ball away, running the floor. Nice easy layup. That bounced around more than I anticipated. Tennessee trying to get another steal. They'll instead get a backcourt violation. They will take the ball right back, though. It's a 1-on-2 opportunity. Actually, a 1-on-3. He'll say, you know what? I don't care. Give me them points. And that's what happens. 35-33. Tennessee up 2. Working it around. Trying to run that 3-point play. No one's really looking. The defense is doing a great job at covering it. Dangerously close down. Up and over. Down low. That baseline's been tricky. Not only have they been stepping out of bounds, but they have been going too far under the backboard. And when they throw it up, it hits the back of the backboard and drops, which is an out of bounds. It gets let me try this again. It gets turned over when it shouldn't. But there have been times in the other games where like the hitbox isn't quite right and it just goes through. You're like, wait a minute. Working towards 5 minutes here. Tennessee up 2. They've been able to slow New Mexico down quite a bit here in the second half. Off the side of the backboard, no good. That's not out of bounds. Tennessee just gets a rebound off of it. Shot is up and good, so Tennessee up 4 now. Tennessee riding with their momentum out of the September Mascot tournament. Made it all the way to the third place game where they lost to LSU. LSU, I think, is the most interesting team to watch. They've played the most games. Not that it matters. We've seen a lot of LSU, but they have improved each time they've played, which I'm sure I'll talk about when their time does come. But they finished 4th in March, 3rd in September. Logically, you would say they'd finish 2nd this time and 1st in September, but we'll see what happens. So 39-35 here. New Mexico is really struggling on the offensive end. Tennessee is able to take advantage. Nice, easy layup there. Now a 6-point lead for the Volunteers with right about 4 minutes to go here in the game. New Mexico needs to dial up something. That's not what they want, though. I don't believe it was dial a turnover. It was get a basket, I'm sure. Pass inside. Stolen, stripped away. Again, you got a guy on the left. Had a guy on the right. There you go. Nothing doing there. Nice block. New Mexico's defense is holding them in the game right now. The last 30 seconds have been 2 turnovers for New Mexico. And Tennessee hasn't been able to convert off of those. Shot is no good, so New Mexico works on the defensive end, gets leveled working up the floor. 6-point game here. Running another guy up to the 3-point line. No one saw him. Too busy dealing with 3 defenders over there. Shot is up, no good. A little too strong with the right iron. Bounces away. Tennessee looks to extend their lead out to 8. That's 7. Unfortunately, the other free throw was missed. New Mexico, 3-possession game. Working it around the outside. Still working it around the perimeter. Back out. Past 3-point line, back outside. We're getting low here. Fadeaway is good. 42-37 now the score with 2 minutes remaining. This is Tennessee's opportunity to close it out and hopefully improve on their 4th place finish. As for New Mexico, 3 is up and good. New Mexico is honestly, they're just looking to even up their record at 500 in this tournament. But it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Shot up, no good. So the defensive, what the hell happened there? Why does everyone look like they're running in slow motion? Turnover. There's your opportunity. You got to go. You can't turn the ball over. You need to, there you go, hit that 3. 5-point game, 1:19 remaining. Nice open look, converting the turnover into points. Clock still moving, which is fine. New Mexico doesn't need to foul. They can take it. They can leave. What am I trying to get here? I can let the clock run a little bit. Maybe get Tennessee to get a 5-second violation. Let them just pass the ball back and forth. No big deal. Got 13 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time. She can't give up an easy layup. You'll take a contested 3, which is what you'll get. I'm surprised that they cut away from that so soon. That looked like it was going to go. Could have been a 4-point play, but the game likes to cut away from that stuff very quickly. But that was a foul on a 3-point shot. That's absolutely not what you wanted. You made all 3 of them. So 48-40. New Mexico did exactly what they needed to do, minus that foul. They were able to run the clock down and get Tennessee to take like kind of a panic 3 way beyond the line. Obviously, the Lobos defender got too close. Now it looks like New Mexico kind of just running out. They're going to try because they're technically within striking distance. 8 points. I mean, you're asking a lot, but I mean, man, that 3-point foul is the key down the stretch here. But I guess at this point too, you're also looking at it as from like a 1-1 situation instead of just straight up 2 free throws. So we saw that a couple times in the first 4 hype stream where the team missed the front end of the free throws, kind of giving them some life. We saw Texas miss a free throw earlier, kept Michigan State in the game. Tennessee getting a little greedy with their hands. New Mexico has to go. I'm sure they're fine with not really going much further, trying much harder. Tennessee will host the Pittsburgh team that knocked off Virginia Tech by 1. Just a matter of score. That's the wrong one. I'll guess. 49-42. They're still working with a full court press. Looks like they will kind of call off the aggression here. So it will be a 49-42 victory. I'll double check, just make sure. New Mexico 42, Tennessee 49. The winner is Tennessee. This website is running very slowly. I might need to reload. We'll F5 that. Now that it affects your viewing enjoyment of this first day of Mascot tournament fun. So just out of curiosity, so we're 6. There we go. Through 6 games. Okay. I think these games are pacing pretty well. Mascot game number 7 coming at you live from Ball State. We will get our hometown Gonzaga Bulldogs. Nope, that's what I wanted. I don't know why that threw me off, but it did. Game number 7. Gonzaga typically plays very well in these tournaments. Going to Indiana. Gonzaga is 5-2. They finished as well as the Elite 8. Ball State, on the other hand, 2-2. So they've never gotten past the... Oh, they get to the Sweet 16. I misread that. I was going to say that means they've never gotten past the round of 32, but I was like, I need to double check that. Because I don't think it's what happened. I just clicked on that. But All-American, we're all ready to go. 2-2 could mean round of 32 twice and losing twice in that round. Could also mean that you lost in the first round and then advanced to the Sweet 16. So, whatever. Gonzaga, though. Their first game in the tournament last year was one of the bigger blowouts. Ball State, though, not having any of it. Going for a big ball block. There was no way I could make that sound stupid. Oh my goodness, another block. Ball State already has 2 blocks. No points, though. Another 0-0 we're working with. That was a very complex shot for 2 points, but they get on the board first, and Gonzaga leads early in the first half. Game number 7. Winding it down here. We got Villanova and Iowa coming up next. If you're watching and you're curious about the previous results, you can click the link down below. I wish I had a better way of updating now, but I don't. I could probably look into something. But we'll see. We'll see. I guess I just use regular OBS because I like kind of a plain Jane approach to it, No offense to plain Jane or anything. I just like a very basic setup. A lot of people have very complex Twitch setups. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. You can see my dumb face in the game. There you go. That's all you need. Ball State with a couple of back-to-back field goals. Puts them in the lead by 2. Now, I put Gonzaga pretty far in my personal bracket. 3 for Gonzaga. Nice corner shot. Gives them a 1-point lead. Also, the Ball State Cardinals are like really horrifying in the eye area. Especially that guy trying to give a screen down below. 3 is good. They'll respond. 2 of 3 with a 3 of their own. Knocked it down. 2-point lead. Ball State. Two minutes gone here. Out of bounds. Gonzaga ball. Ball State trying to get those steals. We've seen a lot of those. They haven't been very effective, but that is okay. People are still trying. Well, by care. Animals are still trying. They're trying to steal. Basketballs from other animals. 3 from Gonzaga is good. They'll respond to the 3 that was a response to their 3 with a 3 of their own. 3 for the Ball State Cardinals. And we have a showcase of 3s. That is 4 3-pointers on trips down the floor here. Hook shot, no good. Defensive rebound. Looks like it might have had a shot for an offensive rebound. You got a 3-on-1 opportunity here. Defensive foul. That's probably a good cheese. This is just dead eyes looking at you. Not the worst foul in the world. They do just take it out of bounds. Typically the teams don't get in foul trouble, and that's the second time we've actually seen that, where a team fouls and then immediately up and under, no good. The team immediately causes a turnover. But what I was saying is that the teams don't typically get in foul trouble in the first half, and the team fouls reset at halftime. So taking one when you're maybe out of position isn't the worst thing in the world. Players also rarely get in foul trouble. I don't know if it's even ever been a problem. The only time it would be a problem is if you were down late doing the intentional foul thing. But number 13 has 2, so we might see him on the bench. Yep, that's exactly what happened. So we'll see him later. 2 fouls. Ball State up 3, 13-10. Unfortunately, the winner of this game is going to stay on the road for a little while. Road. Oh no, they'll have to face Villanova or Iowa on the road, and then they'll get a home game. I don't have a great solution for that. I don't know if it should flip necessarily, because 2 home teams win, then coin flip. I don't know. So I just go top is away, home is bottom. Also is the easiest way to keep track of making sure that I'm not goofing the bracket up. Because I accidentally did that. Washington and Washington State, the game that opens it, and Stanford and Ohio State in the game that closes the first round. Those alternate throughout. So last September we were in Seattle, excuse me. And then the previous March we were in Pullman. We were in Pullman this time around. When I made the bracket for September, I forgot to switch the Ohio State Stanford home and away teams. I was like, oh shit. So I had to be very careful and make sure. But knock on wood, I haven't put an incorrect winner through, which is great. That means 126 games so far. Oh, good. Another foul. So, as I said, there's no... the teams rarely get into foul trouble in the first half. Gonzaga already has 3 through the first 5 minutes. Ooh, missed both of them. So, got 126 games. 126. Technically 128. because the third place game happens. So I guess that counts. 128 games plus the 6 I've done today. No incorrect winners, but they're feeling pretty good about that. Gonzaga, though, something happened while I was talking. They're up 18-17. I'll watch this replay here. Nice inside pass. Okay, up and under. I didn't know if it was 2-pointer or a 3-pointer. Another up. Oh, that should have been good. That should have been good. Nice defense there. Affects the shot. Gonzaga comes down with a defensive rebound. Gonzaga likely a 1 seed in this year's March Madness tournament. We'll see what happens. They're some absurd record of like 28-2 or something ridiculous. I really wish they played in like the Pac-12. That'd be cool. Shot no good. But the putback is Slamma-Jammed back in, and we have a 2017 game right here. Oh, that was a hard foul. 4th team foul for Gonzaga. That center can't get very many fouls. The other center already has 2. He's been sitting on the bench for the past 3 minutes. Friendly home bounce cuts the lead down to 1. That song is way too catchy. It's way too catchy. And I hate that there are catchphrases in it. It's in the game. That freaking catchphrase. I forgot that it was challenge everything for a while. I mean, that was EA Games, but challenge everything. Now I said that whisper. What? What does that mean? Also, because I recently bought it, I bought a Medal of Honor game because I had never played it. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I could play like a Medal of Honor game. I don't know why. But I went and picked up a copy of it, and it's like, you don't play, you volunteer. And I'm like, okay, what a stupid bullshit marketing line. Our games are so realistic about World War II. They were cranking Medal of Honor games out for a while there. 24-23, there's a basketball game happening in front of me. I can tell you more about Medal of Honor, though. I think we had Medal of Honor Frontline for the GameCube. I think. And when you don't have, like, an Xbox and Halo, you're kind of starved for, like, good first-person shooters. For, like, good multiplayer first-person games. I played some of that, I guess. Maybe it's on PlayStation 2. I don't remember. Ball State taking the lead here, 25-24. Kind of stuck at that 24-23 there for a while. Had an opportunity for a guy open for 3. He'll take a 3, though. Smash it home. 27-25. .145 remaining. 3 for the Cardinals. I get confused. So the Stanford Cardinal is like the color cardinal. Ball State is the Cardinals, like the bird, which is why Stanford's a tree. Jammed it home there. 29-25, 4-point lead. Mm-hmm. 31-25 now. My goodness. Ball State back with the ball. Running that 3-point player. He didn't go all the way to 3-point line. Shot is up, no good. God, the stream, I don't think is normally this far behind. But maybe my page just needs a reload. Not that big of a deal. Pardon me. Oh, you had like a lot of open players and you're standing there getting double teamed. 33-26. That sounded really bad. 33-26. Under 45 seconds to go here. Gonzaga starting to take a little bit more control. Looking against the Cardinal. Oh, and off off the rim. A generous offensive rebound, or lucky offensive rebound. 35-28, we have a football score here. 7-point game. Unless you're watching the XFL, in which point, man, their scores are all over the goddamn place. Also, if you're watching this video in the future, the XFL was a thing in 2020. And it's incredibly mediocre. There's some good, but there's like a lot of like, whew. And Cardell Jones looks real good. So it looks like he's, at times it just looks like he's playing against like, oh my gosh, steal and a 3, no good. Looks like he's playing against inferior opponents. But hey, for the love of football, you know, 37-29, 8-point game here. Gonzaga with the lead. Looking to get past that pesky Sweet 16, which is their best finish, I believe. I'm sorry, Elite 8. I don't know why I keep thinking it's the Sweet 16. But their best finish is the Elite 8. They're looking to get past that. I hope this game doesn't turn into like a fun shootout. It's going to be real embarrassing. 37-31 now. Ball State putting the first points on the board here in the second half. Defensive foul. We'll reach in there. Keep an eye on that foul situation. One for the team, one for that particular player. 39-31, back up to an 8-point lead. I don't know why he threw that ball so hard. I need to get it to you now. Like, man, I'm behind you. Calm down. Like, we're good. You see a defender within 25 feet of us? You're fine. Nice inside move, kind of. Led to a block. Passed off to the left. A guy open in the corner for 3. If he wants to take it, he will. He'll blah, blah. He'll splash it home. My God, what happened there? Goodness gracious. Blah, 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 blah. That was really loud, and I apologize. Still really loud. I still apologize. That ball bounced and swished on the, like, let's go team. Oh, that's too bad. That happens, surprising amount? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind my point. Hang on, let me look at this back. Okay, so it dropped down. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what happened. It was okay. Ball State stole the ball. One of the issues that happens is that, especially you see this with full court teams like Louisville, they'll try to keep the team behind because you only have 10 seconds to get it across, whatever. The team will then try to throw the ball forward that the offensive team, or I'm sorry, Louisville, for example, they'll get it right at midcourt and then they'll step their foot down and then it's a backcourt violation. You're like, oh, okay, well, good. Good. Glad that happened the way it did. Gonzaga knocks down another 3. Looked like it was on the line, but again, big feet. Hard to tell. And the Zags have really taken control of this, much to my delight, because I picked them to go very far in this tournament. Shot is up and no good. Second shot is up and good. Pushes that lead back to 10. Oh, a turnover. The rare time one of those actually works. Ball State tries to do the same thing, but the defender missed. Just like the Gonzaga player missed that shot and got destroyed. Not too hard on defense there. Small forward number 22 is charged with his second personal foul. 6:27, probably shouldn't, or probably won't be, I should say, in like foul trouble. But who knows? 47-38. Ball State must have only converted one of those. Yep, they sure did. Whoa, he had the jam right there and then switched midair to a layup that pranged off the bottom rim. Defensive foul. The shot did go down, so. $47-40. What? What happened there? No one wanted the ball. They were all playing hot potato. No, I don't want it. You want it? No, I don't want it. Finally, one of the Cardinals came over and he didn't make the shot, unfortunately. It was a good time. It was a good opportunity to cut this lead down to 5. Instead, no such luck. Ball State will remain down 7 now. 8 after the first free throw. 9 after the second. Gonzaga with a steal. They're really trying to put this game away here in the second half. Quick passes inside. Shot no good. Defensive rebound. So not able to convert on the turnover. That's okay. Still trying to get the ball around. Ball State just a mess trying to get the ball inside. Swatted away by Gonzaga. They'll knock it out of bounds, so it will be Ball State ball. Nine-point lead. Can turn quickly. We saw that earlier. One of the Georgia Tech, maybe? Georgia Tech or Pittsburgh went from down 4 to up 5 in a very short amount of time, hitting a bunch of threes. Fouling Gonzaga doesn't help. First missed free throw, though, does help. Pushed out to a double-digit lead with a successful free throw, and they do. 50-40. 5:15, second half. Winding down part number 1 here. And Gonzaga really wants to put distance between these two teams. I thought maybe they were thinking about it. An alley-oop is a very fuck you move right now. But running full court defense up 10 with his under 5 minutes to go when they haven't really been running it that much anyway. Ooh, nice move there through the contact. Oh, nice block. Offense recovers. Nice block yet again. Ball State doing great with the blocks. They had a couple very early. Ooh, defensive foul. Can't get the shot to drop, so it'll just be 2 from the stripe. Third team foul on Gonzaga. 420 fucking plays. 52-43, so a 9-point game. Center number 13 back in the game for center number 42. He sat out for what is essentially an entire half of this game because of his foul trouble. It's 4th team foul on Ball State. There's been a lot of fouls in this game. Missed shot there. Can push it back to a 10-point lead here. Second shot, no good. Instead, they'll leave it at 9. Had an opportunity to put it back, but no such luck. Under 4 to go. Ball State still within striking distance. Couple good offensive possessions, couple good defensive possessions, and get right back in this game. Give yourself a chance at the end. You can't do that. You can't step out of bounds like a big doofy bird. Another attempted steal. Nice easy layup for Gonzaga. That'll be a 54-43 lead. Approaching the 3-minute mark here. Gonzaga up 9. Ball State needing something here. Probably not a 2. Doesn't matter. Didn't get it. Missed the offensive rebound even though there was no one else around him. Gonzaga's got a guy in the corner they can throw to. God, you throw to him about 3 seconds earlier. Looking at a great look from 3. Another block down low for Ball State. For as much as Gonzaga's been in control of this, they're up by 11, by the way. I keep saying 9, but they are up by 11. Ball State's defense has kept them enough, like in the game enough, to be, 4 possessions down isn't terrible. Granted, 4 possessions is the best case scenario. You're looking, more than likely you're gonna need 5. But they're not gonna have much of an option if this guy doesn't get the shot off the 3. No good off the right iron. Putback is good, and that will cut it down to 9, 54-45. A score you can read from left to right and from top to bottom. 5-4-4-5. First shot is good. Second shot is good as well. So they'll push that lead back out to 11. Under 2 to play here. Gonzaga maybe got off to a little bit of a slow start, but they have been, they have been taking control, and they've been doing that as well, where they've been running a full court defense for really no reason, and it's been effective. Another turnover. They'll probably just burn some clock here, I'd imagine. We saw Tennessee do this in the last game, where they just kind of passed it around in the backcourt. And then jack up a shot way late in the shot clock, which is probably what's going to happen here because there are 7 seconds remaining. Out of bounds, Gonzaga ball. They will have to get up a shot here. No, the ball got stripped away. Okay. Gonzaga burned a lot of time off that clock. Could not find the time. 1:16 remaining. I was looking everywhere and it was right in the middle. Yeah. That's about as good as that's going to get for Ball State. Just as far as like, hey, we can try. I guess. We need more of that. We need a lot more. You need to go a little bit quicker. Gonzaga trying to steal the ball away yet again. Inside. Throw it back out, maybe. There you go. Shoot a 3. That's a 35-second shot clock violation. They burned all that time for nothing. For no points. Offensive foul. And that really sucks for them because they've gotten a couple of breaks here late in this game that if you get a couple of baskets, you're looking at a different scenario. If you can cut this 11-point lead down to 7, I mean, you're still asking a lot out of your team. You're going to need a lot of possessions to make up those points, but maybe you get an extra break. Maybe you get a turnover off the inbound, which we've seen a couple times. Maybe you get a missed front end 1-and-1 free throw set. Like, Ball State really threw their opportunities away down the stretch. And Gonzaga will move on because of it. Why does this say not running very well? 56-45. Gonzaga is the victor. 5-6, 5-6, 4-5, 4-5. They will host the winner of our 8th and final game tonight, Villanova, or Iowa. We'll go to the great state of Iowa. I don't know if it's a great state. I have no opinions on Iowa. This is a weird looking matchup, I will say. Villanova. What did I say? Iowa. We kind of almost smiled Maybe wait an extra second before you take the picture. Matchup. Our 8th and final matchup of the day, of the part, of the stream, of the video. We'll move on here. All the settings should be fine. I forgot to check them, but they should be good. They've been good the whole time. I'm trying to remember to do that just to make sure that everything's good, but I do think this is actually running considerably quicker. At 3 hours and 15 minutes, we're into the final game, which is kind of nuts. The final game is Iowa, who just picked off a pass from Villanova. The 0-0 matchup, didn't realize that. I don't know if you can... I don't think you can see that on the screen, but 0-0s all around here. Nice 3 from Nova, and they will take a 1-point lead. Five-second violation. That's not good. Stop getting 5-second violations. I don't know why that is such a problem in this game, but it definitely has been. Lean off camera to grab my news. Clap, clap, defense. Shot is up and good. Nova now up 5-2. Let's see. I haven't been doing this very much, but Villanova is looking to even up their record. They are currently 1-2. Iowa is trying to best their finish of a Sweet 16 appearance last March. They currently have a record of 2-2. So there you go. Oh, off the iron, no good. Iowa really trying to push the pace. Got a defensive rebound out of it. A little short on that shot. Hit the right iron. Excuse me. Bounced off the left. Makes that one. So 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. We'll see a little bit of a full court defense. This isn't a full court press. It's a one-on-one situation. But they will try and at least delay him. Took him 8 seconds to get up the court, which is what you're looking for if you're on the defensive side. Shorten that shot clock for him. Or get a 10-second violation. Or an errant pass. All kinds of options. Got a guy running. Didn't go as far up the court as I thought he would. But he'll still sink the shot for 2. Cut the lead down to 1. Honestly had a great set of games today. Nothing was ever like too out of hand for too long. I think the best game of today, the Texas-Michigan State game was good. Went to overtime, kind of in a silly way. But I think that game was good, and I think that the South Carolina-Louisville game was great. Big point swings, big runs, couple of double-digit comebacks by each team. Or let me rephrase that: a couple of double-digit comebacks, one by each team. It's probably the best game of the day. Granted, we're not done with this one yet, but we have had a couple of like rough second half games. The Washington State game, the Tulsa-Auburn game, both were like pretty solid first halves, and then one of the teams just like shit the bed in the second half. But as it stands, we have 7 pretty good games so far. No real big blowouts. Gonzaga took control in the second half of that game. Tennessee took control in the second half of their game. Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech. That one was close. If I remember correctly. I think that was a 1 point. 1 point finish out of bounds. Stop going out of bounds. Yeah, that was a 1 point game. Solid set. 3 for Villanova. They'll knock it through. Up 6 now. 15 to 9. I was reading all those numbers at once. My brain was not computing them correctly. So 15 to 9, 6 point lead. Iowa missing that shot there. Villanova looking to bump this lead a little bit. Couple quick passes inside. Nice jam. Eight-point game now. (17 to 11). See if Iowa can get a little bit of a run here in the last, over the next couple of minutes. Not let this get too far out of hand. Granted, 6 points isn't bad. 8 points, honestly, isn't that bad. Looking at a, 2 to 4 possession game, depending. A lot of factors. A lot of factors go into that. Not turning the ball over is definitely a factor that goes into that. Villanova with an FU3. A little heat check moment for them. They missed it. Bailed Iowa out there. Iowa will take a 3 of their own. They will knock it down. So we have a 17-14 game. That 3 from Villanova might look kind of silly in a couple minutes if 3 for Villanova. Not just kidding. Looks okay. It's still kind of silly. There was no reason for them to take that 3. I think they had a 2-on-1 opportunity. That's an easy 2 points. Iowa, nice little jump shot there. He had a guy open behind him for 3. And there's no way the defense would have gotten over there because there was a guy between him and the defender. Iowa, long 2, still good. So there you go. There's a 3-possession game. It's now down to a 1-possession game. One more solid defensive effort from Iowa, and they can tie it up at 20 here in just a moment with the 4:17 mark. At the 4:17 mark of the first half. That's what I was trying to say. All right, there you go. There's a rebound. Here's your opportunity. Oh, you have a guy wide open down there. Oh, he was looking good. He set up shop. He put a tent down. He's not a big fan of bratwurst. He brought regular hot dogs. Today I saw some buffalo chicken sausages that I thought about buying, but they were $7. And I'm I'm too poor for this. They're probably good. I might go back and get them on Friday. Woo, woo. Shot is up and good. So 22 to 20 now. So a 2-point game. Iowa's just kind of sticking around. Feels like the best strategy sometimes is where you're just you know what? We'll just kind of hang around and hope that this other team goes cold. We catch a little bit of heat. Shot is up. No good. Iowa with another opportunity. A nice fast break. Oh, nice defense by the Villanova. Nice defense by the Villanova Wildcats to get up into the face of the offensive player and affect the shot. It only took me 15 seconds to get that sentence out. Villanova lays it up and in for 2. Iowa's getting close. They've gotten to 2 points a couple of times. They're missing the wide open person down in the key, and it's driving me nuts. He's easily 4 feet away from the defender. That's a quick pass inside. I don't know if the defender's really going to get over there that quickly. Maybe worst case scenario, maybe you get a foul. Something like that. Shot is up and good. Nova up 3. Nova was up 5 a moment ago. Something was flashing on my computer that apparently needed my attention. Nova back up 5, 25, 25, 29, 24. As we work under 2 minutes left here in the first half. Final game. Final game here of part 1. This is an 8-day thing that I do. 8 days. Stream for 32 hours or whatever it is. Currently, the video is only 3 hours and 25 minutes, which is great. I feel like I've streamlined this one a little bit more. I haven't been giving like predictions and updates on, or I haven't been giving updates on the predictions as frequently, which I think kind of slows me down a little bit. But I also think the games are just flowing a little bit better. There's not as many clock stoppages. The last game, the Gonzaga-Ball State game, had quite a few fouls, but it didn't really slow it down that much, which was nice. Okay, that's fine. Close. Leave me alone. 31-28 now. As Nova been leading Iowa for most of this first half. Iowa's kept it close, never letting Villanova get too far out of hand. You know, cut it down to 1. This is as close as it's been in a while. Iowa's gotten it down to 2 several different times. Now they have an opportunity for the lead here in the closing seconds of the first half. They can't get it done. Nice block, nice defense by Villanova. They can hold for the last shot. They probably won't. Honestly, I don't think the game really thinks in that context. But of course, when you can jam it like that, why would you wait for the final shot? You can get 2 points now. I want points now. Iowa now with the opportunity to hold for the final shot. They can tie with a 3. Instead, they'll throw it inside. Why did they throw it inside there? They'll throw it inside, get blocked, and give Villanova, again, the chance at the final shot, which they won't do. Iowa will take a way off the mark 3. And we'll go into half with a 3-point deficit at 33-30. Winner stays home. Well, winner goes home, or in Iowa's case stays home, and faces Gonzaga on day number 5. First part of round 32, out of bounds. Villanova has an opportunity. So it was really weird. In the closing seconds of that first half, Iowa hadn't really been throwing down into the key when they had an open guy. But that was the time that they elected to throw when there was a dude right there. Weird. 2-pointer is good. Villanova working with a 3-point or 1-point lead, depending on what they give up defensively. Iowa can not let me finish that sentence, apparently. A nice inside pass. Give it a good look. See if they work with a 2 here. Into a double team. Turnover again. Iowa now down 5. This is the exact opposite of a start that you want to have if you're the Iowa Hawkeyes. You have looked pretty good in the first half. Oh no, another block. A third and dairy block. 37-32. Iowa kind of doing what Temple did. Really struggling out of the halftime break. That is miraculous. It was not a backcourt violation. Just need one to drop. They keep turning it over. It's been 2 minutes, and I don't even know if they've really gotten a good look at a field goal. They've gotten blocked twice. Villanova, though, for 3, no good. Nice defensive rebound for the Hawkeyes. Thrown away forward. Got a wide open guy. There you go. Working it inside. That was still blocked. Got a guy open in the corner. Elected not to do it. Got a guy open there. Still didn't shoot it. There's a 3 for Iowa. That knocks it down to a 2-point lead, 37-35. I mean, for as much as Iowa keeps turning the ball over on their end of the floor, they've held up defensively. Villanova hasn't really blown this game wide open. You think they may have that opportunity if, with the number of opportunities they keep getting. 3-pointer for Villanova. He's no good. That was, weirdly enough, an offensive rebound. I thought for sure that'd be an out-of-bounds play on the floor, or on the baseline, excuse me, because we've seen a lot of those happen. Shot is up and good. (39-37), 2-point lead. Shot no good. So Iowa, chance to tie here. I don't know the last time Iowa tied or led this game. It has been a very long time, if ever. Villanova was up pretty early, like 5-2, and I don't know if Iowa's ever really made that much of a run at it. They've got it down to 1, and they just can't close the deal. can't get over that hump. I mean, they were even down 2 that last trip down the floor and just nothing. They were down 4 here and they couldn't cut the lead down. Just a messy game from Iowa. Villanova, on the other hand, just standing up well defensively. They haven't been super effective on the offensive end of the floor, but their defense is saving them. Iowa for 3, big 3, cuts the lead in half with 5:37 remaining. 43-40. This is a very good game. Nova push it back out to 5. Nice little 2-pointer there. They'll look for another 3, and they'll get it. 45-43 now. Villanova. Oh, he overran his spot. He still got back to it. Wide open. The 2 players got caught up on like 1 defender for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they weren't able to close out. Because I thought, they were running that play. They were trying to get that open 3 look. And he overran the spot. The player overran, and I was like, oh, this might not work. And then 2 Hawkeye players were like, we're good, we're stuck. And they weren't able to get out of there. And that's literally what they looked like. They were like caught, their hitboxes were like caught, and it was causing them to look weird. But that's okay. Cut it down to 2 again. Couldn't do anything with it. Now cut the lead to 3. So 50-47. Oh, nice. There you go. Nice block. 1 good offensive possession and a nice 3 here, and you got yourself a tie game, Iowa. They, of course, whoa. The camera cut away too fast. That was probably going to drop. Man, if Iowa loses this game by 1 point, go back to that play at the 4:03 mark of the second half. That ball looked like it was going to go down. There you go. Nice screen offensive foul, Iowa ball. I said nice screen, and the official said, oh my God. The official said, no, it wasn't actually. Oh my God. So Iowa, you get the glorious break of an offensive foul. You immediately turn that into a turnover, and then you goaltend the basket? What a fucking mess. Couldn't get that to go. Goaltending. All right. Trade goaltending for goaltending. I'll work with a little bit of full court pressure here. Just a one-on-one full court defensive set. Trying to slow him down a little bit. Threw it into the corner. Back out. Stolen away by Iowa. That play is actually a lot more effective in, I think, NCAA 2005, the player would, had a lot of momentum. And oftentimes when they would get the ball, they would slide out of bounds. So it's like, oh, though you got the steal, nothing really came of it. You just gave the ball right back. Also, Iowa cannot get over the hump. They are down 1, and they just can't get these simple shots to go down. There, they finally do it. 53-52. Iowa taking a lead late here in the game. 2:32 remaining in the second half. Setting up for another fantastic finish here on day 1. Goaltending. Iowa said, you know what? We want to be behind. We don't like this lead thing. It's kind of like nerve-wracking, you know? Pass it back out. Okay. All right. They've been effective from the 3-point shot. I'm not just saying that because it was a wide open defender. They've had good success from beyond the arc. Iowa now working with a 1-point lead and see what they can do. Last time on the defensive end they goaltended. This time they actually just got a rebound. Good for them. Improvement. Pass inside. That's going to drop. That is going to drop. So now it's a 3-point lead. Opportunity for a 3-point play. They successfully knock it down. It's a 4-point Iowa Hawkeye lead. (58-54). Give up a really easy lane to the basket there. Not what you want if you're a Iowa Hawkeye fan. Shooting 2 free throws. First one's good. Second one got a generous bounce. I thought that was actually going to bounce out. .138 remaining, second half. Shot is up and no good. So let's see what Villanova can do. Down 2. Closing moments of the game here. They'll get a pretty good look, an offensive rebound, and a tricky under the basket shot, but it goes up and through. So we're all knotted up at 58. Villanova, much more successful, I guess you would say, at not falling further behind. I mean, good for Villanova to tie the game. Iowa is going to flutter around again. Have an opportunity for 2 here. Villanova has 14 fouls. He'll miss the first free throw. Villanova didn't screw around, is my point. They were like, okay, we're going to go down. We're going to get 2 points. We're going to tie this game back up. Iowa said, I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. Good luck. Now they're working with a full court press. Looking for a steal. Villanova was able to break it. Nice block. Iowa now up 1, under a minute to go. Here we go. 59-58. Iowa has no reason to take a shot for another 24 seconds. They instead will throw the ball away. Nova taking a timeout with 47.9 seconds remaining. In the second half, Iowa still working with the full court defense. Villanova breaks it. Nice defensive recovery there. Shot is up and good. Little hook shot there. I mean, at this point, if I'm a betting man, I'm saying that Villanova is going to win this game. Iowa has not shown consistency in making shots in this position. See what they have drawn up here. Oh, look at that. What do you know? Villanova will take a timeout. They're now down 1 with 28.8 remaining. Iowa working with that full court defense. There isn't a shot clock. I feel like they were getting close as an errant pass out of bounds. It went off Villanova, so Iowa gets the ball. I didn't think so. I'm not going to debate the game, but I thought it went off of an Iowa player, honestly, but that's okay. The game knows what it knows. as evidenced by the double overtime game where Villanova. That was your opportunity. Okay, granted they're only down 2 now. Free throws continue to be a thing to watch in this game, this tournament. With that, another missed free throw on the front end too, which means at that point you're trading 2 for 0 if you can get the rebound. And unfortunately, they were not able to get the rebound. Pardon me. You have 7 seconds. You got a wide open guy. You're going to end up jacking up a 3, and it's going to suck. Oh, Villanova. Very poorly run play there at the end of the game will give Iowa the victory. Iowa did not lead for much of that game, but what they led for mattered because they led at the end. 63-60. Iowa going on to the second round. They will host Gonzaga. Really quick before we end this part, now we'll go ahead and exit, quit to the main menu while this page reloads. We'll see what's going on here. Let's see. Game modes. Get you set for tomorrow. Give you a peek at the first game tomorrow, which is, oddly enough, Iowa State in California. So that's what you have to look forward to tomorrow morning. Let's see. I Hope I Win is currently in first, going 6 for 8 in the first day. Just Guesses is in second with 5. The Beebs predictions in third with 4. I am in fourth with 3. And I have zero confidence in this is, technically also in fourth with 3 as well. So there are your current standings heading out of this first day of action, 8 games. So there you go. They were all very good. So there you go. There you have it. That is part 1 of 8. Oh man. Part 1 of 8. Video ran like a solid 20 minutes shorter than the previous parts, huh? Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I have a blast doing this. Hopefully you had a good time with it too. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, every Saturday and Sunday throughout the month of March, you'll get another part of this, or you can come over to twitch.tv/ConosaurusRex and catch a part of it live, though you may be kind of spoiled on some of the stuff. Because part 1 will post the morning that part 3 airs live, and it's only going to get more spread out as the month goes along. So it's your best option to come hang out live and just say, hey, I missed a part, no big deal. But thank you everybody so much again for watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully you have a good night. If you're on YouTube, we'll catch you later. Some different day with something else. Have a good one.